Well. I know it's an emergency meeting we had here today because there's some big breaking news. There was an
History.
assassination attempt made on the former president, Donald J. Trump. The bullet seemingly clipped his ear. He got up a little bit bloody, but he ain't dead. So,
Nope.
however, while that might be, the reactions from the attempt by the left is even more egregious, I think. And I don't know how many of us think it's more egregious, but
would you think it's more egregious, or would you think it's typical, Marlon?
Typical. It's atypical. Come on.
It's typical. Yeah,
it's typical of the left. This was expected. Yeah. They talk about, and Marlon brought it up. They talk about the right being so violent. And the only thing they can tie to violence is that fake J6 thing. Yeah. But you think about everything that's happened over the last 8 years, 7.5 years. Right. It's always been the left committing these acts of violence.
Yep. Every time.
Now, as this is going on, I'll come back to her in a second because I want to have people understand something. Okay. This is who they really are.
Yep.
Real quick. After news hit that he got shot at, Sad They Missed by Conrad Furman. We'll find you in a minute here. We're going to go through all your accounts and make sure we recommend each account that has this stuff on it to the FBI. I just want people to be aware. At least that's what I'm going to do. All of you crazy lefties that are celebrating this, I'm going to make sure I report all your accounts to the FBI. And not just any regular report. We're talking about you actively trying to hope for and push for the assassination of a former president. That should land you a couple of years in the federal penitentiary, hopefully getting railroaded by Ray and the rest of them. No context. I'm just sad they missed. If you know, you know, and don't say if you do. LMAO. Sad they missed. Glad they tried. My best friend who lives in Milwaukee just texted me and told me that what happened, and my response was sad they missed. They missed. I'm not calling for someone to take him out. I'm just saying, of course you're trying to hedge your bets, but don't worry, Siffy Chick, you'll be next on the list. Don't you stress about it. All y'all gonna get reported.
They're even claiming it was staged in order to take views off of Project 2025, which we've already reviewed is a nothing burger to begin with.
Yeah, and on to Project 2025, they interviewed the people from the Heritage Foundation that were part of writing that. And they said they were from the Heritage Foundation. In their interview, Donald Trump has not endorsed this. This is open to any president, right or left. It's open to any president to take anything they want out of there. But Donald Trump has not, he doesn't want it, or he hasn't said he wanted it.
I have yet to see any actual reporting of the suspect being taken into custody or even being shot. Like there's rumors of it, but there's nothing yet.
They did say it on the video, and the Secret Service actually said the shooter was down. And on their mic, they actually said it was down. It's actually in this video that you're playing. If you go back towards the beginning when Secret Service is huddling on him, he does say shooter's down.
That didn't look staged to me. That looked like a hole in his ear right there.
Sure it does.
Yeah. I mean, who plays like that though? For someone to say that stage, like who plays like that?
No one.
Right?
It ain't
it's
even like Trump afraid. It's not even like Trump moves like a scaredy cat that he'd have to pull off a stunt like this. The left will naturally do crazy stuff. I don't got to pretend. Y'all are naturally violent. Everything about the left. This is why I keep telling people there's nothing to be negotiated with the left. Right. They have nothing to offer society, humankind, nothing. They have nothing to offer. They want to transition your children. They want to kill your children in the womb. They don't want anything to do with a civilized society. Why are we trying to reach across the aisle anymore?
That's right.
Why? I mean, look at what happened in the baseball game, right? Remember the baseball game? The Bernie Sanders supporter came in there and shot up the Republican team at the softball game.
It's not the first time they've done stuff like this. They even caused an insurrection and took over city streets in 2020. Remember?
And look what happened to Rand Paul. Remember he got got stabbed or something like that.
He got stabbed by his neighbor.
Yeah.
No, he got stabbed by his neighbor at his house.
Yeah.
He was a roid raging lefty.
So, a fatal head wound. I know y'all want to paint the man as something he's not. I get it. Your disdain for everything he is. And look, I already told you my issues with him, and it has nothing to do with how he presidents. It has everything to do with a moral compass. But to try and say, he may be the Antichrist. First of all, if y'all read your actual Bibles, you'll know there's no way he can be the Antichrist at all. Like, period. He doesn't have the power or the likability. So stop with the crap.
So
Okay,
true.
he's not the Antichrist. And it would be a fatal head wound that he survives, not a glance on the ear.
The Antichrist loses an eye.
Come
A
on,
literal
man.
eye. He takes an eye wound.
Like
Like
y'all
it's
can
not
be some like I mean, I like our audience, but sometimes y'all can be stupid as a box of rocks, man. Trying to stretch what? To make the Bible fit your stupidity? It's not gonna work. He isn't the Antichrist. He isn't even from the region. He isn't even from the region the Antichrist is supposed to come from. Would
Yeah,
you
just saying
stop? Just
optics.
stop. We're talking about something else completely. Just stop.
You know, though, Brother Marlon, here's the thing, right?
Good God.
The Democrats, they failed to lock him up, right?
Yeah.
They failed to smear him in every way possible. So what was going to be their logical conclusion? I mean, let's keep that 100,000, like I like to say, keep it Woodrow, right? They're going same thing they did with JFK, same thing they did with Bobby Kennedy. When they're trying to take support away from you, right? And they try to make you look like some sort of whatever you want to call it. Insert your favorite word. Then they got to handle the business. They got to have this is their MO. This is the Democrats. This is the left. This is their MO. You go back to Hitler, same thing. Idi Amin, same thing. Same shit.
And Marlon, we talked about this on a couple episodes back on the Savage Patriots when we were talking about, his immunity. We were talking about him winning all these cases. And I think you mentioned is like, what's the next step? And Coy mentioned it too. What's next? And
there is only one.
They're going to try to take him out. This is what we kept saying. They're going to try to do this to him.
Yep.
And they showed us.
Yep. And this won't be the last time.
It's not. It's not. But it's the most efficient time. Here, okay. I understand the knee-jerk reaction by the left.
Yeah.
And they're hoping, this is what, and I just finished talking to Corey too. They're hoping that we go back to what we were talking about back in 2016 and 2020 about a patriot uprising and a massive movement of the patriot fronts to come up front and then start fighting on behalf of President Trump. If he does, you take one step, you're going too far. And then, but I understand that is something that we would love to see, but trust and believe, don't do it.
No.
As tempting as that is, that's exactly what they'll want to implement martial law, because whether we like it or not, we're always going to be seen as the bad guys. We're going to be the terrorists. They can do all the terrorist acts like this, and they will never be seen. In fact, you'll hear them say, it was just a lone gunman.
Yep.
He wasn't operating under anybody.
Speaking of which,
ideas, just a lone gunman.
Speaking of which, I brought up the actual video of the moment, and I wanted to let everybody listen to it. Or is that the wrong thing? Hang on. No, that's the right video.
Look at
the wrong video.
Fight.
Yep.
I thought it had the audio from the gunshots, which I wanted to bring up, which was the fact that it sounds like 4 shots. They sound like either suppressed or very small caliber rounds. It's not what you would think somebody would try to take out a former or a president with, which is normally a 308 or something of that caliber, right? It doesn't sound like that. It sounds either very suppressed or it's a smaller caliber with a magazine fed mechanism. That's what I'm thinking. So I'm thinking it's going to be a 223. It's probably going to be likely an AR platform, right? Yep. And it's probably suppressed is what we're looking at. So we're max range, effective range is about 500 meters. So he had to be fairly close. Within that rally. And if they don't catch him, that means they let him go.
Yeah, it sounded like a 223, but I did hear another video tape where they did catch him. I heard the same thing Roderick heard. I did hear that they did get him. But yeah, it did sound like a smaller caliber round. And it sounded like semi-automatic. I mean, definitely wasn't a bolt action. But the fact of the matter is that it happened and they did it in broad daylight.
Well, look, they did JFK in broad daylight.
But the difference, we know the truth behind JFK.
Right. We know the truth.
Yeah. With the story they tell us, this guy was hiding up in a building in a book, depository. This guy had to be just flat out
in the open.
Yeah.
But just out there.
But you know what else is interesting too, though? Right? You did when between the time, right? And this is a very small window, right? Why
Right.
weren't the shots were coming from his right? So the people to his right should have seen who this cat was. Why wasn't there a mob going after this guy? Right, with many people was on that side. Why weren't people
Yeah.
going after to do to stump a mud hole in him?
That's my question, is like how we, if he had to have been close, because we know it's not, we obviously know it's not a pistol. It's not a pistol round. It's
Right.
not a silenced pistol. It's not that close. It was far enough away that the shooter had a way of getting out and had an extraction
Right.
of some sort.
Right.
I'll be right back. I gotta go grab the wife, but you guys keep going. I'll be back on in a minute. I'm not leaving the studio, but I'm taking myself down and muting. So go ahead and continue. I'll bring a
Okay.
video up.
No worries.
So at least you can share more videos if you have to. Just don't close your screen.
All right.
Yeah, and we can keep an eye on it in case they get any new information on the shooter. But like I said, it's like there's too many questions right now that we have no answers to. We obviously know that somebody took a shot at him. It has to be a rifle. It's probably suppressed or a smaller caliber, and that he had to be relatively close. I don't know the area that he's in and whether they had any buildings or things tall enough or large enough to get an Overwatch position on Trump. That would mean he was either in the crowd or in the venue too, which is very crazy to think about.
I've been to a Trump rally, and you're not getting a weapon of any sort up in those rallies. You go through metal detectors, pat downs, dogs. That's not happening.
Right.
So he had to be outside, as you stated, outside of the rally with an AR-15 type style weapon that has max effective range of about 300, max range of 500 plus.
Yeah.
And
as a Marine, I can do 500. So
I've seen you guys shoot. If you really want to go there, you guys ain't that good.
Oh God, here we go.
Oh, okay. We won't do that. Just because was the last Marine, so I thought it was funny. Anyway,
but now you made me lose my train of thought. But again, on the Trump rallies, there is a lot of security there, and what I don't get, I don't. Where was he at? Because the security's pushed all the way out, especially at a venue like that. They have cops everywhere, people everywhere. So I don't know, man, because I heard the first shot, he turned, then the second shot, he grabbed his ear, but he didn't drop it. It's just like he kind of covered his ear, but he didn't really react. You know what I mean? It wasn't like, right. And then he dropped, and that's, what happened so fast. Secret Service was on top of him. Yeah. Then he gets up like a G. That's the thing I loved. He got up. He was just
it's that photo that's going to be the thing that drives him through the election. Is going to be that photo played on repeat on every campaign ad from now until November.
Yeah, and the thing is if Trump wasn't going to win, which we knew he was, he's definitely going to win now, because you have a lot of moderates out there too that aren't the radical woke left that just despise the man, just despise him. You have a lot of moderates that are kind of on the fence. They don't like him, but they don't like Joe either. They're just kind of like, I don't know. With this, they already know who they're voting for, because now they're saying the left, the party I support, is absolutely insane.
This has been a long time coming. We told people this was the only thing left for the people that hate Trump so much that they have so much derangement syndrome. Was the only thing left for them was to take him out physically. That was it. We called this. We said they were going to come for him.
Well, even historically, right? Even from historical context, right? If we go back and look at the Bolshevik Revolution, right, and we look at that same context, right? Stalin ended up taking out Lenin, didn't he?
Yep.
Right. He ended up taking out Lenin because of the vitriol. Same playbook. Same leftist playbook they played on themselves, took out Lenin, and then Stalin took out Trotsky. Same thing, same exact strategy. This is no different with Trump. But now in the United States, they've gotten bolder because they are shielded by the government, they're shielded by the media, and they're shielded by their next door neighbors.
Yeah, my question is, what do you think Biden is going to say? Because I haven't seen any alerts of a press conference, or shouldn't Biden be talking about it? Yeah, I just got a text, the shooter is dead. But shouldn't Biden be up there like immediately? Like breaking news, the president's talking about the shooting of the former president Donald Trump.
Right. Exactly right.
immediately. But now I've been watching them after the shooting. They're still posting on Twitter about how bad Donald Trump is and how he's going to be.
Oh, so Wall Street Bets just reported that it looks like here. I'm gonna try to bring it up since Marlon's away.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Do the thing.
This is what they're reporting. I don't know the veracity of these claims. It's still ongoing information, but per Butler Police Department, Trump shooter has been arrested at the scene and has been identified as Mark Violets,
Full stop. Full
Antifa
stop.
member.
Full stop. Full stop a second. Full stop. How did you get an identification that quickly?
I said it's more likely going to be a patsy, but we'll see.
Yeah.
How did you get an ID that quick?
I just got something that said the shooter
Prior to the shooting, he uploaded a video to YouTube claiming justice is coming.
That's ambiguous to me. How did you get that ID right? That quick? I'm sorry.
That would be my question too.
Yeah, something funny here, man.
Mm-hmm. Oh no! Wait, you know what it is? You know what it is, Mike? You know what it is? It's it's the white man with the AR for gun control for Democrats. Look, David shot at your candidate.
Yep. This is exactly what they're going to push because not too long ago, I saw a tweet.
Come on.
From Joe Biden talking about again today getting rid of AR-15s.
Come on.
And ironically, think about it. If they can freaking set it up, hire a shooter, post it, he's protected, obviously, if he's alive, he's protected. Talk about an AR-15 online, post about an AR-15, shoot the former president with an AR-15. What do you think that's going to cause? An immediate ban on that style of weapon.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And they use their foot soldiers. They use the left foot soldiers, the Antifa, right, to do it.
I'm still trying to get more information on that. That's the only one I've seen so far.
And you know how they can, get a gun ban like that by making it an emergency, a national emergency under that new rule under the WHO or whoever, I forget who they put it under. And if it's considered a national emergency, they can claim that it's an emergency and they can immediately, just like that, ban them. And this could be the catalyst for that.
Well, they could, but and we'll get into that the administrative state part of that too, right? They would have to they would literally have to go through Congress and act the Congress to make that happen. Because remember, guns are commerce, right? So the president unilaterally cannot stop interstate commerce. It takes Congress to stop interstate commerce, right? So they couldn't necessarily ban the rifle without going through Congress to actually do it because the executive branch doesn't control commerce. Which is, thank God, in this instance, thank God. But at the same time, they can just regulate it more too because it's considered commerce, right?
I'm trying to.
So,
yeah, I'm that's why I keep looking at my phone because I'm looking at X and I still haven't seen anything on.
Yeah,
Biden.
I haven't seen any official statements either.
Watch it'll come 8-9 o'clock tonight. Right here, President Trump was an assassination attempt was made on Trump. Man, you should have been on that microphone right now, bro. You should have on that mic right now. This is how you know the Democrats and the whole left don't give a damn about this about Donald Trump and his well-being because they created it with their vitriol for the last 8 damn years. Let's just call it a spade. They created the vitriol, and now they're trying to turn around and spin it as some political. No, sit all the way the fuck down. All the way the fuck down.
They're going to turn around and spin it and blame it on gun owners in America.
Well, here's what I'm expecting to have the left news not do. They're not going to come forward to denounce what happened. That's the first thing that's not going to happen. You're not going to see them say, or they're not even going to be concerned about stray bullets that may have hit people in the crowd either. Right. Not a single news outlet is going to be concerned about that. Just watch.
Yeah, no, they're saying that Tude's dead and probably one is the shooter. I've got a video of it seems like them pulling somebody away. I don't know if it's shooter or not.
Well, Matt Wallace just posted, let's take a moment to appreciate this hero for killing the shooter only seconds after he opened fire. So some are saying the shooter's dead. This other one was in the crowd though, that he was arrested. So it's just trying to figure out which one.
So one person might be dead technically, at least in the crowd, right?
Yeah. That's what we're hearing. Okay.
All right. So somebody just said, and here's the left. He said false flag. The shooter was one of Trump's own guys, just like we said they would do. Instead
okay. So they're trying to spin this. Yeah,
exactly
already.
what they do.
Yeah, right. That'll make a lot of sense.
Shooter is
Now-
dead. Here's another one.
Didn't Trump have an interview with Tucker Carlson where he said this is the only thing they got left to do?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I've talked
He
about
said it.
So yeah,
million times.
I keep seeing reports that 2 people dead, one was the shooter. So somebody else got hit by one of the probably the rounds that
With
were
stray
aimed
bullets.
at Trump. Yeah,
So
See,
it's
I'm
probably
going-
that guy that was behind him that was bloody. Because
That's probably the guy, yeah.
when he gets shot. Yep. Jesus Christ.
Which guy?
but it may be one of those grassy knoll situations, right?
Could be.
Well, okay.
We don't-
so
we
the
won't-
shots could
we'll
only
never
come
really
from
know
one
who tried
spot,
it.
But the shots
Okay.
could only have come from one direction because of
Right.
the ear that got hit.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, unlike a
And-
center mass shot to the head, and you're seeing a side scrolling profile kind of shot. This is
Yeah.
obviously it came from one side and not the other.
Here, and that's a good point, Marlon. Here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking he was trying to hit him from that right side, right?
Mhm.
Where
Yeah.
Trump was talking. That first shot goes off. Trump turns at that moment. Second shot goes off
Yeah.
and hits him in
And
the
it hits
ear.
his ear. Yep. He was
So
trying to hit him
Trump
in the
wouldn't have
neck.
turned. If Trump wouldn't have turned,
He'd have gotten it square inside of the
Yep.
head.
he would have got hit.
Yep.
Yeah, because he was looking towards the right. I'm watching the video again now, and then one shot went off. He put his hand to his ear, and then he dropped. That's
Hang
what
on.
happened.
I'm getting a bunch of videos. Hold on. Let me look at this one, see if it's podcast worthy. It looks like it might be.
There's still a lot of inconsistencies. I mean, it's obviously an ongoing situation. We don't know a whole lot, but this is what we're reporting based off of people on the internet, and it's always true. Whatever's on the internet, right?
Yeah. Right. Two
Hey
thumbs up,
Marlon,
not one
Marlon,
point.
I just
Two thumbs up.
sent you a video about Joe Biden. I want everyone to listen to what Joe Biden says in this clip.
All right, I'll stop sharing screen for now.
Hang on, let me bring that up.
It's nothing that's going to get us a strike or anything.
No, I didn't. It's Biden. The most he could get us a strike for is saying something stupid.
Right.
Now everybody listen to
saying
what
that-
he's saying.
We just have to demonstrate that he will not take power by if he does run.
That's it.
We have to demonstrate
That's
he
it.
will not take power.
Mhm.
Key word is what?
if we,
What is
if
the
we
key word?
Demonstrate.
You will
We
not
got to
take.
demonstrate, not
Yeah,
take
he-
power.
He will not.
Mm-hmm.
So he's telling you what their plan is right there.
Yep.
We will demonstrate that he will not take power.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I'm
Yeah,
I'm going through X is on fire right now.
Yeah, so we do have confirmation from the AP that the shooter is dead. We don't know who the shooter is.
They
yet,
won't say.
but
They won't say.
Butler County District Attorney is telling that to the AP. So that's coming from official sources. So we know that they do have the shooter. He is dead, but we don't know anything else.
I never mind. I can't say what I want to say on here. I'll get y'all banned. I won't say what I want to say, but
I will say this. Conspiracy theorists are batting 100 right now.
Yep.
And
all 100.
The crazy part about all of this is this: if Trump is not a fearful person, in terms of if you're not afraid of him, and he's such a pushover, and even Biden in his vegetative state can beat him, why you need to resort to this? Because you're scared. You're scared. You're all chicken.
Mhm.
Every last one of you on the left are worthless human beings. I'm going to say it right now, and I don't care if I have people on the left who are friends. Screw you and your immoral self. I don't care about you or how you end up. If you burn in hell, you can burn tomorrow, because you fight for the party that will end you there anyway. You have nothing to offer society.
Nope.
Yeah.
Hey Marlon, I just
not
sent
a
you.
thing.
I
Not a
just sent you a tweet from Harry.
Oh,
This
of course.
This is funny.
Oh no.
And you'll understand where I'm going with this tweet and what he says.
Oh
Hang
no.
on.
I let
So
Marlon-
there was
I'll let Marlon do this.
okay. So there was another video I saw just a second ago. I don't know if it's true. Of the, it looks like the shooter was in an elevated position.
All right. Statement from Trump's campaign on his condition. President Trump thanks to law enforcement and first responders for their quick action during the heinous act. He is fine and is checked at a local medical facility. Glad to hear he's okay. I'm sure I'm sure you're glad, Harry. I'm sure you're glad.
Yeah, but not too long ago, what was he calling on?
You were
Mhm.
asking people to kill him, weren't you?
Yep, you sure were.
You little
You sure
screw-faced
was.
little piece of shit. You were the ones, right? You were
Yep.
hoping that somebody would do this in your last
Yep.
tweet and double down on it, didn't you?
Yep,
Yep.
sure did.
How do
And-
we know you're not responsible for this, Harry?
Well, they are responsible by
No.
proxy,
I
right?
mean
Oh,
directly. How do we know
Oh.
that Harry Sisson
Yeah.
isn't the one that set this up? You have the money for it.
Yep.
You have the influence for it, Harry, and you were calling for it.
Yep.
Mhm.
I wouldn't be surprised if you had a hand in it, Harry.
Mm.
I would not be surprised. That's my bet. My bet is that you and the rest of your little ratchet crew are the ones behind this.
Mhm.
I mean,
That's my prediction.
It's interesting that people either say shooter or shooters. From what I understand, it's probably just going to be one because it's always just one, right?
Yeah,
it's
and the
always
thing
just
is,
one, and the other
for-
5 get away.
for every drop of blood that Trump spilled, it's on
Mhm.
the left hand, whether it be the media, Antifa, all these left-wing freaking influencers on social media, all the ones that called for the assassination or the drone strike of Donald Trump to take out their candidate, all of them, the blood is on their hands.
They should all be
Because
arrested right now.
yes, we said this before. We said they're saying this, but there's always someone out there crazy enough to do it.
Yep.
And
How
look
many
what
so
happened.
times we've come across lives on TikTok where they're talking about killing him?
Yep.
Right.
Countless times they go
Countless
across TikTok
times.
wishing it.
Yep.
And now it's happened, and none of them are going to say, well, that's not what no, you bet you right now, I'm going to go to TikTok right now, and I bet you money I can find lives rejoicing over this.
Yeah, you have Staged is trending on X right now, where you have a bunch of lefties that are saying this is totally a stage incident.
And
But
But
they're
they're claiming this is
Yep.
this is Alex. Like they're like, isn't that like what Alex Jones does according to them? Right? He's like completely whack job that just says everything is staged. Right? It's no different in
Here's
in my
one.
mind if you say that.
Hold on.
Love this comment. MAGA. Make assassins great again.
If people think this country is ever going to get back together and have any sort of compromise or compassion for one another, you have been living in the wrong country for a very long time.
Yeah, we
We do not
more,
see eye to eye. We don't even see this country as the same
We're
thing
way
anymore.
past-
Look, we're more divided now than we were pre-Revolutionary War.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I mean, it's literally the same division, and this for me, and y'all know, I talk about the history of this country all the time, right? This moment in time right now is almost like our Pine Tree Riot, right? If you remember the Pine Tree
Mhm.
Riot from 1773, this is our moment in time. Where do we take this? Where do we take this moment in time? Because the next step, the loyalists are going to try to overrun everything.
Yep.
And we be damned if we have any loyalists take over this country again.
Yeah.
Man.
You know how
I-
CNN initially reported this? Trump speech interrupted by Secret Service. That's how they reported it.
Oh God.
Of course.
The original reporting from CNN was that not that he was shot or that somebody tried to assassinate him, that his speech was interrupted by the Secret Service for some reason. Or here's one: the Secret Service rushes Trump off the stage after he falls at rally.
No, you're not going to say you got shot.
No.
Yeah,
Nope.
right.
That's it right there. That there you go. That's the propaganda. It's
It
not
is
that
so crazy to
serious.
me.
What, he got shot? Oh
So,
my.
so you guys know this idiot, right? This fool here. Let me bring this down real
Oh
quick.
God,
This
that
fool.
guy. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So he's on right now, listening to it. No denouncing of it. Not a single denouncing of it.
They're not going to, Marlon. Come on, man. They're not going to do that, Marlon. They don't have enough gumption to do such a thing.
Yeah, their ego, they have too much ego, so they're already set in their belief, and to go against everything they believe in and talk against Trump.
And now you want to act like he wasn't on board with the killing to begin with.
I'd let him know he was.
Yeah, don't throw out the thoughts and prayers and all that stuff. Now, no.
Thoughts and prayers. Thoughts and prayers.
No,
Yeah.
no, we ain't buying it.
And here's the thing. I hope the Secret Service, the full arm of the government, holds every single creator, every single media pundit, every single politician
Is that
that
punk
called
guy?
for the
Mhm.
assassination of Trump.
Mm-hmm.
I hope they hold them all accountable. Grab them all. Take
Yep.
them
Drag
to the gallows and drag them through the streets.
Mhm.
Because
And
on
it's
the
getting
right,
harder to
we've
find it.
never called for the assassination of Biden.
Yeah.
Never. We're just like, this guy needs to go. He needs to get out.
He needs to go home to a retirement home. That's where he needs
Just
to be
like what
at.
we've been saying. But you guys been calling for the death, and this just isn't now in this election cycle. This was when he was president, before he was president, when he was running. You guys have been doing it all the time.
Yep.
When was the last time an actor shot a president?
Well,
Johnny Depp.
let's keep it all the way real. Since Reagan,
That's the new push. They got the talking points at stage.
yep.
That's their new talking point.
Yep.
So I mean, since Reagan, right? Please show me where a Democrat president or running mate or front runner was even thought about to be shot at. But I can point at multiple instances where Bush, both of them, had assassination attempts in plain view. But no shots at Bill Clinton. No shots at Johnson. But it's always a Republican that's got to have a barrel pointed in his face every time he steps outside.
And the thing is, the two presidents that were assassinated, what party killed them? What were they? Who were they? They were usually associated with the left.
Every single time.
I'm still trying to find any other information.
Yeah,
This is just crazy, man. I never thought I would live. I mean, I remember Reagan, right? I remember Reagan,
that.
right? When I was like 6 when Reagan was shot at, right? And I remember that, and I think, this is crazy, whatever, right? And my parents sat me down and explained to me what was going on. I'm like, oh, okay, whatever. But I was like, I hope I'd never ever see that again. And then here we are. He's not even president. He's the front runner, former president. And this is just, it's too much.
But the crazier part to all of this, and I hope people's eyes get open. Look, and I mean, again, I'm hopeful, but I'm also not stupid. The people who are on the left that may see this and wake up, that's good. But I know for a fact they will be more emboldened than they will be afraid after this event.
Yeah,
they're gonna be even. This is why I told you that 2024 may not happen. My prediction still stands. 2024 may not happen. One of the things I told you that may happen, they're going to try and do something to create a reason for martial law. Even if they don't push this as an AR ban or a gun ban, they're going to say, okay, the public sphere is too volatile to host elections. And who wants Donald Trump in there anyway?
Right. And be away from the stop it.
And Marlon, that's a good point, because with the political climate we're living in now, they'll say things like the voting centers are unsafe for us to go in person to vote. They'll use every angle because of this to stop the election. And I think this, like you said, and you said many times, there won't be an election in 2024 because they're going to do everything to stop it. They know what's going to happen at the end of this tunnel. They know if they stop what they're doing, they know the end game. Donald Trump's going to win in a freaking landslide. And they know this.
It's worse now.
And it's even worse now. So they know this. So they're going to do everything in their power. All right, that didn't work. So next, we're just going to start making it unsafe for all Americans. So now we have to cancel the elections because now they're attacking polling sites.
I'm waiting for the pipe bombs to come out in the mailboxes. That's what I'm waiting on.
Yeah. Oh, and here's the other thing they're going to say. Okay, I have it. Here's my prediction. They're going to have an attack on somebody on the left and blame it on somebody on the right as retaliation for Donald Trump shooting.
Oh,
and
you
then
know,
they're going to say this is what we expected from the terroristic right, and then that's going to be their answer. That's how they're going to implement that martial law.
So, and you know what? And the folks on the right, the folks on the right and Republicans, whatever, right? They need to say, so let's talk about all of the acts of violence, over 1,900 reported instances of violence against Trump supporters in the streets after rallies, going into rallies, etc. We need to talk about that too. Let's get it right. They ignore that. They ignore that whole thing, right? I mean, look how the story, the Proud Boy that got shot by the Antifa guy, and that story went away after one day. That story went away. Poof. Like, nah, this cat capped him, and y'all not. Oh, Proud Boy's violent though, right? Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not seeing any mention of who the attendee that was killed, but there was a fatality in the shooting, for sure, a victim at least, besides Trump.
Yeah.
I just I really think that they're stirring the pot for a civil war to happen. You know, everything is predictive programming, and someone in the chat mentioned the movie Civil War. You know, it's all predictive programming, and they're gearing us up to that. I really think they want bloodsheds in the streets of America to stop this election. I really do, and I think it's going to happen soon.
The only thing I agree with you, and the only thing I can say is that the right needs to calm their blood, and like Sun Tzu says, if your opponent's making a mistake, which they have been doing, do not interrupt them. They've already fired the first shot. Let them continue to make mistakes, because that's all they need. With this, if nothing else ever happens, that photo of Trump with his ear bleeding and his fist in the air with the American flag behind him is going to be the rallying cry for November, and he will win. There's no doubt about it. He's winning after this.
Yeah.
As long as nothing like January 6th happens.
Yeah, but
I will caveat that.
And to your point, Coy, I don't see the right as in us citizens, regular citizens, doing anything, because we've been pretty calm this whole time. Yeah. I see the deep state, which they do exist. I see the deep state doing some type of false flag, hitting someone on the left, and then blaming the right. I can see them doing that.
Right, and to your point too, right? They're trying to make it where they try to invoke a civil war, right? Yeah. But watch this take though, right? People on the right, they don't want a civil war, right? Civil libertarians like me don't want a civil war. It's got to be a revolutionary war, because we know we have to throw the whole government to the side in the garbage with the toilet paper. You know what I'm saying? That's what we need to do. Right. So we're not worried about fighting our fellow citizen. We know who the enemy is. And if you are misled in this revolution that's going to happen, you're going to be on the wayside somewhere you probably don't want to feel like being, because when the big boys come to town and hold certain peoples accountable up in that 10-mile square, it's game over. And there's nothing they can do about it. There's not a military big enough in this country to stop 3 to 4 million the liberty-loving people from shutting the whole motherfucker down.
Yep.
You ain't got an army big enough.
Yeah. Apparently Alex Jones is trending now too. You're muted, Marlon.
Yeah, I wonder why.
They're talking about the prediction between Tucker and Alex Jones, saying that this was going to happen, which is what we said too. We said the exact same thing, that this was the only play left for them. Nothing was stopping him. The only thing to do was put him in the ground. That's it.
Look, we covered this last week. They've been asking for him to get killed since 2016.
Yep.
They were asking for this man to be assassinated. The left has constantly begged somebody to kill him. Johnny Depp asked for it. Madonna asked for it. Pundits asked for it. Joe Biden has asked for it. And now it's happened, and they're not going to say anything because it was their plan. This was the plan. You can't beat somebody on merit. You got to take him out some other way. They've never liked meritorious measuring sticks. They've never liked it.
No.
Because they know they don't measure up to anything, because they have no merit.
Yeah, there's a shockingly amount of lefty liberals on X that are saying that this is staged.
Well, but like I said,
that's
the
not
new
surprising
talking
to me,
point.
though.
That's the new talking point. Because you can't afford to have somebody on the left do something that you say the right is always doing. Because if it's an attempt on Trump, it has to be somebody from the left. The only way you can make it not seem like it's somebody is if he did it himself. My question is, why in the world would Trump do anything like that when he's winning already? It makes zero sense. Like on no hemisphere does it make sense for Trump to even try to hint at an assassination attempt on himself.
No.
I mean, and that's the thing. And to your point, Marlon, we've said it earlier, and I will say it again for whoever else said it the first time. Is you look, those of us that are firearms enthusiasts know you don't play with a gun, not even a 223. You don't play. Why are you going to stage something that human error can take somebody out?
Just
Staged look, sounds like a stage. These clowns in this Barnum and Bailey circus, they're trying to spin on us here. Okay. They need to go straight to hell with all that. They need to take the ring of fire, the flame, the lions, and all that, tigers and bears, and take that shit down the road somewhere. There's someone that's gonna buy tickets. Shit.
Yeah, you know what's unfortunate is the fact that Jodie Foster's trending on X2.
Oh no.
But and here's the one thing you can say about the left and the people that are saying that it was staged. These are the same people that still believe that Lee Harvey Oswald killed JFK. That's how stupid they are. These are the same people that believe that COVID was real. This is how stupid they are. These are the same people, no matter how much you talk about J6 and insurrection and fake insurrection, they still believe Trump caused the insurrection. These are these people. These are brain indoctrinated buffoons.
A minute of comedic comedy that's comedy but not comedic, but comedic. One moment.
Go for it.
People still believe Lee Harvey Oswald assassinated Kennedy.
There's some smooth brains out there. Yeah, they believe it. That's how dumb America is. Most Americans.
Yeah, Nancy Pelosi's also getting it too. So they dragged in Nancy Pelosi and Jodie Foster, but I understand Nancy Pelosi bit. That makes more sense. Just unfortunate for Jodie Foster.
They had it set up. We are not falling for the BS. Stay focused, y'all. That's someone on the left.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. They setting yourself up for what it is. They're setting themselves up, right, to dismiss a false flag. But anyway,
the left they lack accountability. That's always been the problem with the left.
Yes, sir.
They never take accountability for the things they've done. You know, us that support Trump or support the right, we will call out the politicians on the right that do something that we don't agree with. We will call Trump out for saying something we don't agree with it. They won't. They never will. Whatever Biden said, just like this past press conference, no matter what the whole world heard Biden, they heard him. They're still up there talking about how great he did. So just goes to show you the level of intelligence you're dealing with when you're dealing with the left. They are low IQ, smooth brain, potato voters, and should be laughed at daily. That's what I tell people. Stop debating them and laugh at them.
Jeez, laugh at them daily. God, that's an embarrassment.
Yep, make fun of them all the time.
I'm still not getting any new information. That looks like it's about it. I think we will get something eventually. Maybe this guy apparently has a YouTube video, but I haven't seen it. I've been digging for it, but I haven't been.
You know that thing's already gone with his manifesto.
It's already been scrubbed, I'm sure.
You know, and then they're gonna find this manifesto. Let's say, tomorrow. They'll find the manifesto.
But the initial reporting,
it's on his and PDF.
He's a neckbeard for sure. And probably a lefty, more than likely.
And look, they will release that manifesto immediately.
Oh, and they'll release a manifesto they created saying that he was actually a Trump supporter who didn't like Trump.
Right.
The only reason they released it first is because he's white. If it had been a black shooter, they wouldn't have released it at all.
You ain't lying. Look, look.
Oh man,
I'm leaving that alone. We know the truth.
If you know, you know.
White guy with AR-15 shoot at Trump, one of his people. We got manifesto for
a fully automatic, semi-automatic, fully weapon with 19 barrel drum rounds in the case of the magazine, and it fired 1,000 rounds a second. Ghost gun was found at the scene
with a barrel that big.
It was reported that 15 million shots were fired, but only 2 hit.
I'll tell you what, this is going to be great ratings for the failing news organizations for the next 2 weeks.
Yeah, well, can't believe, should we talk about gun control now, guys? Because Lord Trump almost got unalived, man. Whew, that's got to be. I gotta
Look,
clutch
and
my pearls.
there are people on the right crying. Look, y'all calm down. First of all,
Yeah.
listen.
Yeah.
First of all, listen. Trump is just another man. He's not Jesus Christ.
Stop.
They no need to act like all of that. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's okay that we understand that someone got shot at. Good. But here's the
Yeah.
thing. The reverence, the overly reverent kind of thing, y'all gotta park that. Okay. He's not royalty or
Pump
deity
your
or anything like
brakes.
that. Okay.
Damn.
However, if you are concerned about the direction of this country after this, I'm with you on being concerned about it. How again, and another
Yep.
third, however,
Right.
that does not dictate how things are actually going to go. Now, it behooves us to maintain our calm.
Composure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, we got to stay on the positive side of calm, as opposed to what the left would normally do, which is riot, burn, loot, kill, destroy. That's what the devil does. We ain't doing that. So you can calm down and stop with the tears and all that stuff. Secondarily, he ain't dead. All right, so it's not even like you need to be in shambles over this. But
Marlon,
we did
breaking
predict
news.
it. We did predict it.
Obama
I'm
says
more
there's
angry than
absolutely no
anything.
place for political violence in our democracy.
While you
We're not
called
on-
for it,
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
after you've called for it and you realize that your calls actually go to ears of listening people, now all of a sudden you want to try and distance yourself. No, too late now for you and Michael. Too late. You and a little faggoty boyfriend, that it ain't gonna fly here. Okay, you and a little tool boy is not gonna fly. Y'all have been pushing for this for years. You've been wanting him to get killed. You yourself, a little dirty gay man, Obama, you've called for this. All right, you and them non-children you got that you borrowed from somebody you know.
Mm.
Huh?
That's a true statement.
You could even take the time to cut the dingling off your boyfriend. You had to leave it there because it was small.
Ooh.
You couldn't even take that
Yeah.
time.
Ooh. Mm.
And there are
Oh,
surgeries
man.
for it. There are surgeries now you could just yank it off, but you don't want to do that because you like it.
Yeah.
Stinking faggot, you. Shut up. Ain't nobody want to hear from you or from your man or from your little retard president you got now. Nobody wants to hear from none of y'all. Y'all been pushing this for 4 years. You finally got what you want. All right, so you can keep your little faggot ass quiet in the corner. Nobody wants to hear from you, and nobody wants to hear from your man. Nobody wants to hear from your little two retarded children that you got that nobody cares for, especially their own parent, because they sold them to you. Nobody cares. Go back to Indonesia where you belong. All right, go talk to your little tranny babysitter that you got and go deal with them. Ain't nobody care about you, bro. Nobody cares about you, and you're the one that pushed it. All of y'all pushed it.
Yep.
Every
you're
last
right.
one of you.
Here's one from Bernie Sanders that this is absolutely unacceptable, and I wish Donald Trump and anyone else who may have been hurt a speedy recovery. No, the person died. One person died. There's not a speedy recovery, and it's like these are the same people that have been trying to get rid of Trump from the beginning, and how they're like, oh, thoughts and prayers because your political opponent that you want to eliminate anyway survived. So like, come on.
Yep.
Yeah,
It's
I
like-
thought they said thoughts and prayers didn't work.
Yeah, that's what
Isn't
they're
that
doing.
what they said during COVID? Keep your thoughts and prayers. Keep your stinking thoughts and prayers now too. Then ain't
Pretty
nobody
much.
want them from you because first of all, you pray to the wrong. You pray to the Satan. Anybody want your prayers
Mm.
or your thoughts because you don't think.
Mhm.
Nobody want either one of those things. Keep them to yourself. This is the problem. Y'all wish for it. You hope it happened, and now it did happen. You want to try and distance yourself from the fact that you said it.
Right.
Yep.
They've been
So
calling
you
for
don't
violence
get
since
incriminated
2020.
with the people. You said it. You're the one that said it, not us.
Yep.
You were.
For many years, and all the left-wing agitators on between all the social media platforms have been getting up here talking the same rhetoric, and nothing's happened to their content.
Well,
No.
But even go deep. I mean, if we just look at it, the whole thing holistically, 30,000 foot view over 200 years, right?
Mhm.
Name me an event. Name me one event in American history that would be perceived as the political right in the United States has committed an act of violence. In this
Marlon, got another one for you. State Representative Antonio Parkinson's a certified Twitter blue check. I certainly hope this is not a staged act, but
Yeah,
that's what I
actual
mean. They keep
representatives say
dismissing
that.
To your question, Rod, I don't know of. I mean, Would the
isn't.
Boston Tea Party kind of be right-ish? No, maybe. I don't
No,
know.
but that's not United States. That's the colony.
Yeah, that's true.
Scroll down to that.
This
wanna
guy,
hear what
this
that dude
emergency.
said.
Oh,
Oh,
that's
this
the
guy
guy.
got shot.
That was the guy that was the guy that was in the video. I said that had blood on his shirt. That's the guy.
Yeah,
Where'd he
that's
get hit?
this is apparently the doctor that tried to save the person that was shot.
That's exactly
Oh.
where I heard him come
geez.
from.
What did you see, sir?
I heard the shots. I thought it was firecrackers to begin with. Somebody over there was screaming, "He's been shot! He's been shot!" So I made my way over. I said, "I'm an emergency department physician. Let me help you." The guy had spun around, was jammed between the benches. He had a headshot here. There's lots of blood,
Oh,
Mm.
God.
and he had brain matter there. And so I got him. There's a helicopter coming in to get him. So I got people there really helpful. I got
Was
him
there only
up
one
on the
person
bench.
shot that you saw?
Then I did CPR, did chest compressions as well as I breathed for him.
One person.
I was the only one who did it.
need to evacuate everybody.
Hunter, that's exactly.
Damn.
Wow.
There
Well,
you
they
go.
got-
I love that. Delete your career. Really?
Yeah. That's what he was saying to the representative.
one-
That's
the
that's
clown that
definitely
posted
one
it.
way to get your career ended is to say that after a
Yeah.
assassination attempt on a former president. That's a great
Yeah.
great idea.
Yes, it is. That's what I was kind of getting. I was like, oh, delete your career. Oh.
This is going to be one of those things that's going to ripple for the next couple of weeks, but it's going to end in the news cycle in about a week and a half.
Mm-hmm.
You won't hear another word about the assassination attempt unless you hear Trump mention it. There won't be anybody else talking about it. In fact, what you're going to hear is, of course, it was a false flag.
Mhm.
Nothing bad happened to him. So, and they'll say that was a good thing, and it could have been worse. That's what they're going to come out with, and then they're going to come out and say, "Well, whoever did it, I'm just know that we were never ones pushing for this."
No, we
But
drag
you
them,
forget the internet's forever. I mean,
Yeah.
it's on there.
dude. We just have to drag them through the internet streets.
So, and wokeness has a really good tweet. I think is pretty good. I'm gonna bring it up. It's they impeached Trump twice, arrested him 4 times, and charged him 1 times. Then they tried to take him off the ballot, and now they tried to assassinate him. If anybody doesn't think that they've been going after this man very hardcore, more than anybody else in recent memory, you're lying to yourself. And if you believe that all of the things that they say about him is true, you've swallowed the Kool-Aid a little too hard.
Too fast, too.
Mhm.
They don't go after somebody this hard unless he is a physical
A threat.
threat. And
Yeah.
there's a lot more going on behind the scenes if you follow certain circles. You know, I do run around in a lot of different circles. There's a lot going on behind the scenes. So there is something else other than him, wanting to change a lot of these liberal policies. Something else is going on to where they want to really get rid of this guy. Because if you can't just deal with the guy for 4 years and change it back the way it was when you get a Democrat in there, what are you so afraid of him doing in those 4 years that he didn't do the
Right.
last 4 years? So
Here's
there's
another good one
something
for you.
deeper that they're not talking about, which some of us probably know, but we'll see.
I don't know if it's a legit headline, but it's pretty much what you would expect from the left. Trump escorted away after loud noises at
noises.
PA rally.
Mhm.
Loud noises.
Well, that's typically what happened when a gun gets fired, you dummy.
I know, right?
Mhm.
But that's just how you just have to understand this is how the left is reacting to a former president, a president of the United States getting shot.
What was that?
They're celebrating it.
What was that black lady's name that we talked about last time, Marlon? The bald-headed one. What was her name? Not Joy Reid.
It is Joy Reid we talked about.
Yeah, that's true.
Is it Joy? That's Joy Reid.
Yeah.
The crazy
Mhm.
one? Yeah.
Yeah, remember what she said? The black lady, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Famous
Joy Reid.
MC chick?
Yeah, you remember what she said? So the blood is on her hands too.
Mhm.
It is on her hands, all of them.
Just to remember, these are the same people that did this in 2020.
Yep. Yep.
Yes.
I just want to remind people that they were more than happy to let your country burn.
Now, a police officer died in those riots. Former
Yep.
police officer,
Yep.
current security guard.
He was a captain,
Hey.
right?
Yeah. Dorn and
Captain Dorn,
David
yeah.
Dorn.
2 black children were
And-
shot and killed
and
by
Chaz.
Antifa.
And then you
Mhm.
had the one guy that was praying for somebody, was walking off, and he got shot in the back. He died on the spot.
Mm-hmm.
There are multiple occasions where the left are the ones who are murderous.
Yep.
Hear me out carefully. If the right were to ever lose their minds and behave like the left, there would be no left. And yes, there is some portion of me that wish that the right would eventually eradicate the left that way. I'm not gonna lie. Because that seems to be the only way y'all will learn to shut the hell up and move the hell out of the country when we don't want you here. You're trying to change something because you don't like it. When you say it works, then go somewhere else and do it and make it work.
Yep.
But we don't, obviously, the majority of us don't want you here. We don't want your trash. We don't want your inhumanity. We don't want your stupidity around. You're making life worse for us. Every last one of you on the left, and I don't care how close to center you are, you're a different type of retard, and we don't want you here. You're the worst of society. You are dregs. You're an outhouse on
dregs.
India's streets. Nobody likes you. Your own parents are for abortion, and I wish they had done it before you showed up.
Ooh.
If you want to extend abortion past birth, you should be first in line to die.
Yeah.
You want to kill babies. So it should be no problem for you to want to kill an adult.
Yep.
How about this? You volunteer tribute. Go first. Show us the value of death. You go first. But
And-
you
and
won't. You're willing to take everybody else out for your own selfish means. That's
And
you.
here's the thing, Marlon. You know, imagine what you saw what a 17-year-old did to a bunch of these weak beta protesters, right? Imagine if highly trained people went out there and did that thing.
Yep.
And that was a 17-year-old kid that took out, what, 2 of them by himself? So imagine if all of us took up arms and you guys really wanted to do this. Like, you guys really wanted to go. You guys know you would lose. This is why you're pushing for gun bans so hard, because it'd make you easy. It'd make it easier for you to go out there and riot, burn down cities, beat people over the head with baseball bats. But you know, as long as we're armed, we're not going to allow it.
Right.
You want chaos. You're anarchist.
I would never hope to see that in the United States, because it would be the worst thing, even more worse than the Troubles in Northern Ireland. It would be worse than that, way worse. Much worse.
The problem is we may
It's
not be
gonna
able
happen.
to avoid it. The problem is we
There's-
may not be able to avoid it.
Yeah.
There's a post I wanted to
fair
bring up,
point.
Marlon. It's from James O'Keefe. Developing shooter found dead on the rooftop with a vantage point to the stage. Secret Service tasked counter assault teams to cover all vantage points. Rooftops most obvious. Counter assault team are outsourced professionals. Unlikely they make these mistakes. Even B team tasked to cover Trump. Glaring error or intentional overlook confirmed with a former CA team organizer and trainer. While massive errors are possible, plausible intentional overlook of rooftop is more unlikely with CA team assignments given by Social Security.
Secret Service.
Secret Service. Wow, I don't know. I got that stuck in my head. Anyway, who makes these possible? Deep state intel community. So they're already. I would trust James O'Keefe on this. He's generally right. That this is a glaring overlook in how a shooter was able to get onto a vantage point to the former president is not likely possible without either knowledge or a complete F up.
Here's someone posted in the chat about them trying to take out Joe Biden, and we don't advocate for anybody getting taken out, but just understand from my understanding, the way I see it, I see the deep state, as corrupt as they are, they don't care about any of these politicians, at all, whether they're doing it for them or not doing it for them. If they're all expendable to these guys. What if they did something to Biden, blamed it on the right in retaliation just to replace him?
Yeah, 100%. I 100% believe that.
It would be an easy way to get another candidate in there without having to lose money.
Yep. And then blame it on Trump supporters.
Blame it on Trump supporters as retaliation.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's how crooked they are. Their game is, they're not that smart.
But I can easily see them trying to find this as a reason for Biden to come forward and show a soft, open, olive branch moment,
right?
And and gain some support back based on how he reacts to the shooting. I can easily see them making both scenarios work. Get rid of him or make his position work where they can get some more sympathy votes for him.
It's going to be hard because listen to this clip that is appearing along with this is Kamala Harris being Kamala Harris.
The former president openly talks about his admiration for dictators. and has vowed that he will be a dictator on day one. Understand what dictators do. Dictators put journalists in jail. Dictators suspend elections. Dictators take your rights. And as the great Maya Angelou once said, when someone tells you who they are, believe them the first time.
So did
So
you
should we
not
believe her?
expect?
That
Yeah, I
didn't
mean, but
age well.
did you expect somebody to not go sic semper tyrannis?
Mm,
Did you not expect that to happen when you kept calling him a dictator?
Yeah.
Mhm.
right.
I mean, what was John Wilkes Booth's thing? What did he scream right after he shot him? Sic semper tyrannis.
Yep, sure did.
Thus, always for tyrants.
Mm-hmm.
If you
Well,
keep calling somebody a dictator and a tyrant, they will eventually
People-
treat them as
Well,
such.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if I take Kamala at her word and believe them the first time, then you're a whore. That's what you told us you were the first time.
Mhm.
And you hate black people, so you made up rules to put them in jail for a little bit of weed.
Mhm.
So you're a trampish whore. Okay, so I'm believing you. I'll take your words for you. You are a hooker, and your buddy that's the president right now is dementia-ridden retard. I'll take your words for it. Now remember, he also said when he was youngest, trying to get in, don't assume I'm not corrupt. Trust us, Joe. We never assumed you weren't corrupt. We always knew you were corrupt.
Yeah.
That is not
Yep.
even a question for us. This is the kind of stuff that you see on movies, Born Supremacy, Mission Impossible. They go to the Kremlin and take out somebody with a mask on and walk out, and then all of a sudden the international travesty happens, and everybody's, in World War VII, kind of stuff. But they've already done exactly what needed to be laid down before this took place, and they've been telling you she's not wrong. When people tell you, believe them, and they've been telling you since day one what they've been hoping to do to Trump.
Yeah.
They told you from 16 that they wanted him dead. They told you they wanted to at least harm him physically. Both Joe Biden and the rest of the squad said so. In 2020, they were hoping that somebody did it, whether China or someone locally. And then throughout the next year, they've been talking. This last year alone, there have been more than 50 calls to action to kill the man.
Yep.
What do you expect was going to happen? Somebody was not going to. Y'all got enough nuts on that side of the fence that somebody was going to do it. Somebody would have had to attempt it. Now, the
They have a
good
very
thing, like I
high-
said before, some of y'all can't shoot. That's the good thing. We're glad y'all don't know really how to operate a gun. You might have one, and you might say you were a former military, but the reason you're a lefty, that means your brain rots real quick. So whatever skills you had in the military, you probably don't got no more. And I'm glad that whoever was shooting from the top of the building can't shoot.
Yep.
Okay.
So here's another tweet that's interesting. It's President needs to address the nation. We cannot normalize this.
He's
They
not gonna
can't
address
because he's asleep.
Yeah, and this is what we said earlier.
Oh, it's
right?
after 8:00.
We're still
8:12.
waiting on the president to talk about it, but you got to go back to predictive programming, which I was talking about earlier. If you go all the way back to that Simpsons episode where they showed Donald Trump dead in 2024. It's in 2024 when it happened. So it's all programming. They're putting all this nonsense in people's heads. It's almost like MK Ultra, because MK Ultra has never gone away.
Never.
And it's all a form of brain manipulation, mind manipulation. So they keep posting this thing about Trump dead on The Simpsons. They talk about it, they allude to it in their speeches. And eventually, like Marlon said, what made you think that someone wasn't going to go out there and actually try it?
Yep. I got an Alex Jones response if anybody wants to take a listen.
Is he talking or is it?
No, it's him. It's him talking.
okay.
So let's go for it.
Ladies and gentlemen, I told you that we're not in normal times. World War III, nuclear war is this close. They just fired 5 shots at Trump and hit him in the side of the head. And the media's like, oh, big deal. He survived an assassination attempt. This is crazy town. Biden is a complete puppet. The New World Order is melting down everywhere. And I believe they're getting ready to kill Biden and blame it on a Trump supporter. I've been saying that for over a year.
That's before I heard
President
this.
Trump in Pennsylvania up there gets shot at, gets hit in the side of the head, survives. That image of him up there with the blood on his face, defiant, is incredible. And now the deep state that's committed all these crimes and opened the borders and human trafficked and started World War III, they are so desperate, they're going to go for broke. And I've told Trump, I've told his campaign, you've got to be more careful. We got to pray for President Trump right now. This is such a dangerous time. I'm in Northern California with what would be a huge story breaking tomorrow, and it's still going to break. Massive story we're working on right now, okay? Secret mission.
All right, he's going to talk about that, but I think that's good enough. That's exactly what we wanted to hear from him.
So Biden hasn't even put out a tweet or nothing, his aide or nothing.
Nothing's come from the White House at all about there hasn't been an assassination attempt on a president or a former president in a very long time.
Mm-hmm. A viable one,
this is history making.
Reagan was the last one viable assassination attempt
because he actually got hit. Yeah.
Well, Trump got hit too.
Yeah, he did. Well, I mean, people are gonna play semantic games. It's like, well, he had his ear clipped. Is that not getting hit still? Like, if it had been a couple of inches over, it would have been his head.
Bullet,
All right, hey,
blood, flesh.
I got the video. I got the video of the guy who was supposedly shot him on video talking about it.
You finally got that YouTube video?
Italian YouTuber, Antifa member. Hold on, let me see if I can send it.
Not even an American, just an Italian.
I want to hear while you're finding that. I want y'all to hear Pac-Man. This is Harry Sisson in his older days. What he would look like and act like. This would be Harry Sisson in adulthood.
David Pac-Man.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, former President Donald Trump has just been shot at a rally in Butler, Pennsylvania.
Biden's speaking right now.
We do not yet know the extent of his injuries. It is a completely out of control situation that we are learning about right now.
Marlon, the president's on right now.
Oh, yeah, he can wait. We can back up.
Within minutes, we will know more about this.
At least 5 minutes.
There are every allegation you can imagine is already being made about this. I don't know that that's the most important thing to discuss now. Let's listen to ABC.
Oh, now you don't think it's the most important thing to discuss? All of a sudden now you shouldn't be speculating, right?
Right.
Yep.
But y'all speculate all the time when everything else happens. But now, no speculation. Let's just be calm down, be quiet. Pac-Man, you another idiot, bro.
See if I can find another line.
How much are they paying you to be this stupid? Like, honestly.
See, I'm tired of people on the political right giving Pac-Man airtime.
Yep.
Such a stupid dude.
Because you know what? I'm telling you that Spike Cohen was trying to holler at him. He turned on Spike Cohen.
Okay, I got the response from Biden.
They tried to come at him. He said, "No, I don't want to talk to you guys." I'm like,
all right, it's probably got to be very long. It's like less than 5 minutes. So here
it looks like him right there already.
Oh,
empty,
shit.
just like his head.
Yes.
Where are you?
Skip to where he's like moseying all over. Here we go.
I've been thoroughly briefed by all the agencies of the federal government as to the situation, based on what we know now. I have tried to get a hold of Donald. He's with his doctors. They apparently
you guys best friends now.
Well. I plan on talking to them shortly. I hope when I get back to the telephone. Look, there's no place in America for this kind of violence.
Well, pause. You were the bonehead jackass that was calling for it. You were. You specifically said we're gonna find a way to keep him from running. What are you talking about?
Yep.
That was you. Look, I understand that before dawn you can't wake up and remember half the stuff you did. I get it. But bro, it's on camera. It's all over the internet. Everyone can see. You are the one that was hoping you wanted at one point in your running that you wanted to beat the man senseless. That was you. Yep. But you don't call for violence? You don't call for violence.
Mm-hmm.
No, they don't do that.
I mean, his party did. You remember all that was going on with Maxine Waters and all the rest of them getting in their face, make them uncomfortable. All the violence they called for during Trump's presidency. Then he gets up.
I'm not surprised there's not uprisings everywhere. Remember that?
That was what they were saying.
Yep.
That was from Kamala Harris herself. And then we just showed you a video of her saying that he's going to be a dictator. And what do we do with dictators? What I just said, 6 per tyrannis, right? That's what they do.
One of the reasons why we have to unite this country. We cannot allow for this to be happening. We cannot be like this. We cannot condone this.
You guys have been doing
this. And I want to thank the Secret Service and all the agencies, including the state agencies, that have been engaged in making sure that people and we have more detail to come relative to other people maybe injured in the audience. I don't have all that detail. We'll make that available to you. I may be able to come back a little later tonight, but we'll put out a statement if we don't.
No, you won't.
If I'm not able to get, if it's not convenient for you all. But the bottom line is the Trump rally was a rally that he should have been able to be conducted peacefully without any problem. But the idea that there's political violence or violence in America like this is just unheard of. It's just not appropriate. Everybody must condemn it. Everybody. I'll keep you informed, and if I'm able to speak to Donald, I'll let you know that as well. So far, it appears he's doing well, number one. Number two, that there's thoroughly investigating what happened to anyone else in the audience. We have some reports, but not final reports. And every agency in the federal government, I'm going back to my phone to speak with the federal agencies that are being put together again to give me an updated briefing. Has anything happened? They learned any more in the last couple hours. So thank you very much, and I hope I get to speak to them tonight, and I'll get back to you if I do. Okay?
Mr. President, do you think this was an assassination attempt?
I don't know enough. I have an opinion, but I don't have any facts. So
that's why you asked for your opinion, you monkey. He said, "What do you think?" He didn't ask you what you know.
Oh man,
the man can't. He can't be this. He really can't be that much of a buffoon, can he?
Somebody tried to shoot him. It's an assassination attempt.
Why would that question need to be?
Because it's the left media, obviously, because they have to ask the question, don't they?
Hey, here's how I see this played out. It kind of reminds me of 9/11 when George Bush got whispered in the ear, right? You know, we all know the truth behind 9/11. We're not going to sit up here and sugarcoat it. We know it was an inside job. I think the same thing happened when it came to Biden. They got a Craigslist shooter. He failed. They whispered in Biden's ear. They told him, "Hey, he hit him, but he didn't. Nothing happened." And then Biden gets up here and talks about it. I think it was all planned by the left.
There's too many lapses in his security for it to be an accident.
Yep.
That doesn't happen without somebody messing up somewhere.
Major mess up.
Yep.
Because it didn't even look like he was that high. Like, I don't know how they missed it. I don't know how they missed the weapon. I don't know how they missed seeing this guy climb up there, because the video you showed of the guy, I mean, he doesn't look that athletic. I'm just saying that out loud. Like, this guy doesn't look like he could get past secret security. So that means it would happen, or they knew about the guy. He was on their radar. That's probably what we're going to hear, right? That this guy was on their radar, but they didn't take it seriously. How they always do with the shooters.
His social media post should have been that should have been the red flag. It seems like they always know whenever some type of shooting happens, there's always signs. Oh, we saw a social media post. Oh, they put out a video. Oh, this happened, but we didn't catch it. So look, this is why I don't. Something's not right, man.
See, I'm at the point, right?
Oh, I got something breaking.
Yeah, go ahead.
There's a guy who claims he saw the dude and let them know.
And watch and listen to the rally, right? We couldn't see him, but we could hear him. So we walked up, and probably 5 to 7 minutes of Trump speaking. I'm estimating here. I have no idea, but we noticed the guy crawling, bear crawling up the roof of the building beside us, 50 feet away from us. So we're standing there, and we're pointing at the guy crawling up the roof.
And he had a gun, right?
He had a rifle.
A rifle.
We could clearly see him with a rifle. Absolutely. We're pointing at him. The police are down there running around on the ground. We're like, "Hey, man, there's a guy on the roof with a rifle." And the police were like, "Huh, what?" Like they didn't know what was going on. We're like, "Hey, right here on the roof, we can see him from right here. We see him. He's crawling." And next thing you know, I'm thinking to myself, why is Trump still speaking? Why have they not pulled him off the stage? I'm standing there pointing at him for, 2-3 minutes. Secret Service is looking at us from the top of the barn. I'm pointing at that roof, just standing there like this. And next thing you know, 5 shots ring out.
So you're certain that the shots came from that guy on the roof?
100%. 100%.
And he was up there for a couple of minutes.
He was up there.
You saw him up there for a couple of minutes.
Absolutely. At least 3 to 4 minutes.
And you were telling the police and the Secret Service.
We were telling the police. We were pointing at him for the Secret Service, who were looking at us from the top of the barn. They were looking at us the whole time when we were standing by that tree.
Could they see
binoculars?
Could they see him?
Probably not, because the roof, the way the slope went, he was behind where they could see. But why is there not Secret Service on all of these roofs here? I mean, this is not a big place.
Did you see? I mean, obviously, everyone was very panicked. Did you see what happened to him at all?
Oh yeah, they blew his head off.
Okay, sorry.
Secret Service blew his head off.
Okay, we just be careful.
Well, we know he's dead. He's not dead. He's not only dead.
You know for a fact that dude ain't a plant.
Nah.
Yeah.
Hey,
'cause-
Marlon,
yeah.
I sent the video of the supposed shooter that he put out.
Yeah,
for the
see,
chat.
he ain't dead, as Grady Judd would say. He's graveyard dead. Okay, like
Yeah,
don't
he
play.
Mhm.
Dead,
He's
dead.
gone. Be gone.
Before we play that video, I wanted the guys to be reminded of who we're talking about here.
I just don't even know why there aren't uprisings all over the country. Maybe there will be.
There needs to be unrest in the streets for as long as there's unrest in our lives.
You got to be ready to throw a punch. You have to be ready to throw a punch.
Donald Trump, I think you need to go back and punch him in the face.
That I thought he should have punched him in the face.
Feel like punching him.
I'd like to take him behind the gym if I were in high school. If we were in high school, I'd take him behind the gym and beat the hell out of him. No, I wish we were in high school. I could take him behind the gym.
I will go and take Trump out tonight.
Take him out now.
When was the last time an actor assassinated a president? They're
Right?
still going to have to go out and put a bullet in Donald Trump. Show me.
So
That video should be played on all of our social media.
On
Just
repeat. Yeah.
on repeat.
Yeah.
So send me that. I'll play it.
Yeah,
on my
send me that. I'll
video.
put it up too.
this is just crazy to me that they forgot that just yesterday, literally just yesterday, y'all were calling for this kind of violence to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all were saying that you wanted him dead because it seems to be the only way you can get him, and all of a sudden you're like, "Oh, wait, they missed. I'm so sad."
Yeah. It's like, oh, poor guy.
This
So
is
this
the
is
guy.
what-
Like
This is
Biden-
the guy.
This
Yeah.
is what they're saying. This is the guy.
Se vuoi, contattami su Instagram.
Italian.
Ti mando l'indirizzo di casa dove abito e vieni a dirmene in faccia queste cose. Se hai le palle, primo.
Don't know what he's saying.
Facile dirle davanti a un telefonino,
Let me see
una
if I can get it
videocamera. È
translated.
facile. Il bello è vis-à-vis.
Save that video.
Salvate il messaggio, eccolo qua, eccolo qua, eccolo qua. Benissimo, salvate il messaggio e denunciato. Guarda, chi è? Rapina
That's who they're
guarda,
claiming
chi
is
è?
the guy, right?
Passa montagna, occhiali
Yeah.
neri e dammi soldi, cioè così è. Basta, lo dico chiaramente una volta per tutte. Adesso basta, lo dico chiaramente una volta per tutte.
E adesso mi diverto io. Dopo che vi siete divertiti voi, adesso mi diverto io.
Basta, lo dico chiaramente.
All right. So
Seems like
one
a
thing
peasant
that
character.
one thing that threw me off about that video, I've been to Italy, and that house, you know, that the houses are built different. Everything is, you know, they just look different.
Right.
That house, that wherever he was at, that flat didn't look like he was in America to me.
No, not at all.
No. So, you know, they could be saying that this guy is the shooter. This guy can just be some guy that's some anti-Antifa, because they have Antifa all over the world.
Right.
Yeah.
He could be Antifa in Italy. He's probably not even here. And they use this guy's video as a threat to Trump. Because if he's not a citizen, let's say, how did he get the weapon for one?
Nothing about that
Street
setup
vendor.
looked like he was from here. Not a single
No,
thing.
it didn't. Didn't look like it was an American.
And secondarily, if you're going to be recording something, you're going to probably try at least a little bit to speak English.
Yeah.
Because you're going in a different crowd. You're not speaking in a location where everyone speaks like you.
Mhm.
If it's done here. So no, I don't believe that. Something about that don't.
Yeah.
don't
That is
jive.
true. I keep forgetting about that. The head of the Secret Service is Secretary Mayorkas of the DHS. Just want to point that out.
Yep.
The link to that video I was showing is in the private chat, by the way.
Okay.
I'm gonna see if I can get this AI translated. I'm working on it, but it's taking forever.
Look, at the end of the day, This will do only one thing. It will, well, it could do one of two things. It could embolden somebody to finish the job, or it'll give President Trump a shoe-in November. But like we all know, they can't afford to have that. As you can see right now, they cannot. Look, they're so close to what they want. You have to understand what they've accomplished so far. And it's not like Biden hasn't accomplished a lot. They have accomplished a lot in 3 years, just not to the benefit of America, but they've accomplished a lot. Listen to what they've done. They've opened the border to millions upon millions of non-citizens to replace the current population of Black Americans who are the power voting base, right? Good. So they've already taken care, so they don't even need to pander. Why do you think they've not even remotely started pandering to blacks yet? Huh?
Yeah.
They don't even need Black Lives Matter anymore. There was a shooting. There was a shoot. Not even there was a killing of a black man at a mall. Almost the exact same way that George Floyd went out, but by security people. Did you hear anything about it? No. They're no longer important. They don't care if you die more. They don't care. You were used, you were abused, and you got tossed by the wayside. We tried to warn you, but you didn't want to listen. Now they have another voting base. They have the illegals. You found out the hard way, didn't you? You didn't want Trump, right? You didn't want him. So you brought in your own little decrepit piece of potato that you got, and now he just opened up the border, sent them to your homes in your neighborhoods to displace you and your homeless.
Right.
And now you are not even needed anymore. Not a single outreach to black voters, not a single message to black voters, not one, not yet. By now, they'd have been flooded the market with black vote.
Yeah, you're exactly right.
Nothing yet.
Marilyn, I got something for you. Here's a fun statement. So this is a statement by U.S. Senator Mike Lee, Ambassador Robert O'Brien, from former U.S. National Security Advisor on today's events in Pennsylvania. Salt Lake City, Utah, quote, "We've got to take the political temperature down as evidenced by what happened in Pennsylvania today. We call on President Biden to immediately order that all federal criminal charges against President Trump be dropped, and we ask that the governors of New York and Georgia to do the same. Such a gesture would help heal wounds and allow all Americans to take a deep breath and reflect on how we got here. Our prayers with the victims of the shooting, President Trump, and our country."
No, that's strategic. That's strategic.
That is strategic.
Pointless.
It is pointless because these are the same people that have been calling him a dictator for years now.
All right, I got this shit.
Well, no, Mike Lee, not Mike Lee in particular.
There was another one up here.
This stuff's coming in big, Marlon.
Oh shit! Oh shit! Not the
What I'm going to send you, Marlon. This is a supposed script that the mainstream media got about the shooting at the rally.
Oh,
all right.
So this is something they were told to act like and told to say. This is why, as Coy stated earlier, they're calling it something else because they were told to do this.
Right.
And this is the
Operation
script.
Mockingbird.
This is the script they were given.
What it is.
All right, let's bring it up. Let me see if I can zoom in on it here.
I got that video translated.
All right, here it is. Hello. Reminder to stick to facts, don't speculate, editorialize, sensationalize, or jump to conclusions when reporting on the Trump rally incident today. Don't call it assassination attempt unless authorities say it is. Don't say a shooting targeting Trump or the rally unless authorities can confirm that connection. Clarified it's actually gunshots. That's unclear at the moment. If authorities don't know, then it's okay to say that. Anchors, reminder to be mindful of body language when presenting the story. No need for serious face or adding comments and adjectives for color. No need to say scary moment today at Trump rally. Just get to the story. At this moment, we know no need for guest comment. Again, all this just a reminder. I know we all know.
Operation Mockingbird. That's it.
Hey, Marlon, I just sent a picture in the chat. Bring that up if you could, please.
Oh,
it looks like Trump might have taken a round to the chest.
Oh, no way.
Yeah. He's probably wearing a vest, which doesn't surprise me.
For sure.
And then I got that translated video. I'm putting it in the chat too.
Okay, let me grab this.
I don't know if it's anything. I haven't checked all of it yet. But yeah, that's what's being shown on video. I don't know if it's real or not, but there were multiple shots, it wouldn't be surprising
That
if he
would
did
be
take one.
consistent. Yeah, that would be consistent with that side of his body. Yeah.
And he did fold. If you watch carefully,
Yeah.
he held his ear and then he bent down like it's something secondarily hit him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
If you watch that shooting video again, wouldn't be surprised maybe he got tagged twice.
Jesus Christ.
They weird, man. They weird.
Pure evil, man. Pure evil.
I got it, Coy. Let me bring it up.
No worries. And we can post that too if we need to. I just want to make sure that that's the actual guy before we post it.
Yeah, for sure.
I said a lot of this is just speculation and unconfirmed
Contattami
reporting.
su Instagram, ti mando l'indirizzo di casa dove abito e vieni a dirmene in faccia queste cose, se hai le palle, primo. Perché è facile dirle davanti a un telefonino, una videocamera, è facile, il bello è vis-à-vis. Salvate il messaggio, eccolo qua, eccolo qua, eccolo qua. Benissimo, salvate il messaggio e denunciato.
What are you talking about, though? There's a lot of these things are out of context.
Chi è? Passa montagna, occhiali neri e dammi i soldi, cioè così è. Basta, lo dico chiaramente una volta per tutte. Adesso basta. Lo dico chiaramente una volta per tutte.
Che adesso mi diverto io. Dopo che vi siete divertiti voi, adesso mi diverto io.
Yeah, doesn't seem like we're getting any new information.
Yeah, I
from that.
didn't translate it right.
Lo dico chiaramente.
So
I doubt it's him. He's too fat to climb on a roof. First of all,
yeah,
So,
there's
I
too
don't
many
think
there's too many things that kind of
There's too many
we don't know.
inconsistencies. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
I know.
If it's not him, I feel bad for some random Italian guy.
right?
Feel bad
But
for
yeah,
them.
I haven't seen that. But here's the thing, going back to what we were talking about there, like the thing that made me mad about Biden's press conference just a little bit ago was the fact that he was calling him Donald, like they were best friends, like they've been best friends their entire lives, right? Like now it's like, hey, he probably right before he went out, the advisors and the PR team were like, hey, okay, you need to be familiar with Trump. Okay, you need to call him by his first name, right? Like you've been best friends this entire time. Like you've never said that he is a threat to democracy. Like like nothing ever happened. Like you've been best friends this entire time. You cannot say anything negative about Trump right now. It will look bad. Don't even mess up. You can't even mess up. You know, that whole thing. It's so weird to me that these people are now pretending that they're best friends with Trump. And then, hey, we need to tamper the temperature down now. Like, what did you like? This is what I've said. What did you expect to happen when you tell someone that he's a dictator? Somebody's going to treat him like a dictator. Like they've been ramping this up for so long, for almost a decade now. It was bound to happen, regardless if it was planned or not.
It's intentional.
Yeah. It's crazy. It's a crazy day. It's history making, obviously, and we still don't know a lot of things.
Okay. So that letter that we wrote, we read, about how to phrase stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. If that letter was false, and only came out afterwards, okay, please explain this reporting.
And we're now told by his campaign he is in a medical facility getting treatment for what just happened. Pamela Brown is with us here in the CNN newsroom. You're getting new information. What are you learning?
That's right. That he did confirm one spectator is dead, that this shooter is dead. A second spectator is in serious condition. Importantly, former President Trump is going to be okay. We know from the Trump campaign statement that he is going to be fine. The district attorney confirms that he is going to be okay. He was removed from the scene, as we know, from the U.S. Secret Service. Now, the district attorney did not know if the shooter died through a self-inflicted, wound or not. We also don't know more details about what kind of shooter this was. I think we need to be really careful until we find out more. I asked.
See, exactly what they were told they're doing.
Yep.
Exactly.
Yep.
Yep.
We don't know anything yet. We don't know anything.
You want to tell me it's not scripted?
Yep.
Yeah.
Very scripted.
Notice they never said that Trump got shot. You realize
Or
that?
is it assassination? Right. Assassinate. Yep.
What did the letter say not to say?
Assassination.
Yep.
There you are.
So it's just been confirmed that letter was legit.
There's a lot of people calling for resignation, obviously. Dan Bongino is trending. Let's see what this is all about.
Yeah, but we're crazy, right? We're the crazy people. Y'all prep and plan this stuff all the time, but we're crazy? Hey, come on, look, y'all. Look, man, please. It's too funny to see him get caught. Too funny to see him get caught.
It's a bad movie playing out right in front of our eyes. This is all a movie. As you stated earlier, Marlon, it's all scripted, not just what they're saying on the news. All of this.
All of it. They knew they were going to take a shot at him.
Yep.
Dan Bongino was obviously former Secret Service himself, was calling for the resignation of the director of the Secret Service.
As he should.
It was. Yeah. That's a massive failure to like any person in charge of presidential security involved in that's probably losing their job.
Yeah.
Like without a doubt.
Yep. Yeah. Your whole that whole Secret Service team is probably going to be discharged or moved to a different thing. So I know I can just tell you from experience from being in DSS, right?
Mm-hmm.
If there was anything funky that happened, right, with an ambassador or a diplomat, your whole squad was dispersed and you were sent back to the States forthwith, immediately. If not, lost your job, depending on the severity of the error. Like this is serious shit.
All right.
Okay, so I posted that video to my TikTok. Here's white savior number 1. Rioting and protesting against police brutality are two different issues. Just because some looted, which happens, there always people are going to take advantage of a situation compared to trying to overturn election by storming the Capitol. And biggest threat to the country right now is white nationalists. It's unfortunate. No punctuation yet, by the way. And it's unfortunate that you, as a person of color, sides with the oppressor, knowing they're using you as a pawn to do their dirty work. Look what happened to Candace Owens. As soon as he didn't go with the narrative, they got rid of her, thinking you're going to get the seat at the table. Mind you, this is about Trump getting shot. In comes this retard white savior to try and tell me about anything. And this is him. This is what he looks like. This is the retard right here.
That guy.
Oh, typical.
Right.
So here's an overview of the venue. So as somebody posted this, getting a better understanding of what's going on. Laura Loomer posted this, showing the venue and where the shooter is reportedly been. Marlon, you can bring that up. I already put it up for you. So they're claiming the shooter is here in this section, and this is where the stage was, where the rally was being maintained. There aren't that many buildings. And this guy made it up onto this building to shoot Trump. I want you to look at this photo and tell me how the Secret Service missed a man with a rifle crawling on a roof that they're supposed to be protecting. That has an overview.
How far away is that?
That's less than probably 300 meters between there and there. It's within effective range of that rifle that he's probably using. This isn't a hard shot, honestly. Like the fact that he missed is surprising. He got lucky. Trump got lucky. That's what it really comes down to. He got lucky.
Yeah. The man upstairs was
that was divine intervention right there.
In an alternate universe, Trump is dead right now.
Yeah.
That's how close it was.
And here's the thing,
people are probably dead from this.
Usually at these rallies, they usually have helicopter coverage too.
Yep.
They have drones. I've seen drones at the rallies. I've seen helicopter coverage. They have all this stuff flying
Mhm.
around looking for anything. So where were the drones? Where were the helicopters?
Yep.
Not there.
Yep.
That's for sure. I'm curious to see what will happen come tomorrow. Better yet, Monday.
In case people forgot, here, take a look at this one.
If that's not a second shot in him, we'll find out. But
People remember this one?
There's another one.
People to think. I don't know what you expect people to
that
think.
Nazi-esque that Nazi-esque speech that like that's just like, come on now, you gonna gas? I mean, what we're dealing with really is a bunch of gaslit people. It's one gaslight to another gaslight to another gaslight, right? So these people are living in a deluded world. They're not living as the alternate universe. Coy, that alternate universe, as you said, he would be dead, and that's the
He'd be
reality.
dead. That's how close it was.
Yeah,
it was just this much of a difference between
crazy.
windage, whatever he was shooting, inexperience, whatever it might have been. He would be dead, without a doubt. That's how close we were today.
Yep.
And then I don't know what the fallout would have been if it actually happened. Like that's the scary part about this.
You know, if I was Trump, what I would do immediately tomorrow,
another rally?
announce my VP pick ahead of the convention. Announce it tonight or tomorrow. Boom, put it in there.
He's gonna do a presser as soon as they let him. Honestly,
he should announce his VP. The next statement he makes should be announcing his VP. Because we know he's okay. We know he's okay because he's talking to us, right? Who's your VP, bro? Just lay that shit out there and just.
This is so insane. There's no way this should have happened. Like, I don't know how this happens unless it was planned. There's too many questions. There's too many unknowns. There's too many lapses. There's way too many things that don't make sense about this. That place wasn't big. There's not very many tall buildings. There's only a handful of buildings at that venue. Like, it's crazy to me that happened. It's not the book depository, you know?
Conspiracy theory. You ready? Conspiracy theory.
Let's go. Let's hear it.
They put the Secret Service up to this in an effort to hopefully get that shot to land so they wouldn't have to worry about the Secret Service in jail for his sentencing. Yeah.
No,
that's my theory.
Do you think he gets protective glass from now on?
No, I think they'll remove it. I think they're going to try and take away all the Secret Service they can around him and replace them, but they'll replace them with their own people. And the next attempt will be successful.
Yeah. You think there's going to be another attempt?
Oh, yes. I 100% right now, I'm telling you, there'll be a secondary attempt.
Yeah.
And it won't be but a month or less. They'll try again.
Yeah.
The people whoever they see replace, whoever you see them replace the Secret Service people with, they're going to be in on it, and you're going to see this happen, but it'll actually be successful this time.
If I was a Democratic strategist, the thing that I would be suggesting to the Biden team, if they still want to pretend like they're trying to run for office, just say we're pretending now, would be that he issues a pardon to Trump tomorrow.
Yeah.
That would be the only way to get out of this mess, and it make it look like you're still doing it. You're still a good guy. Because regardless of what happens, you're never winning this election after Trump gets shot.
Right.
Not happening.
Yeah. So sign the pardon for the documents case, and that's it. Just be done. Game over.
And then convince those stupid DAs to drop the charges.
Yeah.
That's the only way they're getting out of this.
The chat said that Trump camp said they're gonna continue the rallies as normal.
Yeah.
I don't blame him.
He's gonna be up.
But
this is gold for his campaign.
But if he continues the rallies and say, like Marlon stated, and it does happen, a second attempt, then everyone will know.
Yeah, 100%.
100%. They'll
100%,
know that the Democrats are trying to take him out. This is 2 times. What are they doing that we didn't sign up for? And you're going to see a lot of left. I'm not going to say all of them, but you're going to see a group of them saying, "Whoa, we didn't sign up for all this." But then there's that select loud group that we see all over social media that's going to be cheering it on, as always, because they're sick, demented individuals and they need a good beating in an arena somewhere.
You ready for a lefty reaction?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, sure. Let's see another one.
She has 2 million subscribers on TikTok, by the way.
Oh, here we go.
Never in all my life have I ever wished someone had better aim.
Can you bring her picture up for the world to see?
Yes.
Yes,
All right.
demask that. Never mind. I ain't gonna say
Yeah,
that word.
let's put her on.
I got
the
another
live.
aerial of the venue too.
And of course, she took down the video because
Obviously.
But Nate took it. Nate got
Yeah,
it. So.
good. It's
Our
too
Nate-
late.
Internet's
Texas
forever,
Nate.
man.
Texas
Yeah, and
Nate, got it.
send
Yeah.
that video to the chat so we can post it on X and everywhere else
Marlon,
too.
Huh.
I got another aerial showing of what is being claimed the shooter was at. So here's the rally where the venue was. Here's where the shooter was taken down. Like I keep telling you, there's not that many buildings here. There's not a lot of cover.
Mm-mm.
There's no way they missed that. No way.
No, there is no way they missed that.
Hey, Marlon, did Nate download the video or he just has the link?
I'm gonna find out right now.
Oh, okay.
It's
Because the
so
video's not
nutty
up.
to me. Just looking at this, you're like I said, this isn't this isn't Dallas downtown and the book depository. This is really easy, really simple.
Yep.
Really simple for somebody that's trained, because I know a lot of military guys that can't shoot. So
Yeah.
you have to be trained. I've known experienced guys that can't hit the 300 to 500 meters. So this guy obviously wasn't trained enough. He's probably just
Inexperienced
Some guy,
is
He
the
was,
only
he was
thing.
inexperienced.
Antifa.
Yeah,
He was
inex-
Antifa.
Yep.
Call it what
The,
it is.
the reason I say it's inexperience is because of the first shot, right? He panicked
Mhm.
as soon as he realized he missed.
Yep.
Because those consecutive shots that happen afterwards is something what happens when you panic. It wasn't collected. It wasn't steady streams of shots. It was pop, 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 pop as fast as he
Mhm.
could because he knew he blew his cover for one, and
Yep.
two, he was about to go down. So he tried to take him out as fast as he could, but he still missed. Because panic does that when you pull the trigger that hard.
Mm-hmm.
That's just the way it goes. So the only, like I said, the only thing that saved Trump is he was lucky and an inexperienced shooter. That's it.
All right, this is he's sending me the original right now. This is her. Okay, and I'll bring up her account in a minute.
In all my life, have I ever wished someone had better aim?
Okay, this is her account. And when I get the original video, you'll have it. This is her. Only getting brighter. 2 million followers.
And that's the shit. That's the shit we talk about, right? This
Yep.
is what
Yep.
one person, 2.2 million followers can instigate 1% to do something stupid.
Right.
Yep.
Oh, won't somebody rid me of this priest?
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
That's all right. She's
Right.
gonna be famous today. She's gonna be real famous because I'm posting it on X. We'll get over there everywhere. On my other political pages I have, we're gonna make her famous.
Like I
No
said, the
doubt.
photos coming out of this are going to be historic. And
That's
they're
gonna be
going
a
to be
great-
running on ads over and over
Yep.
again.
That
Like, it's
one
crazy.
picture with his face bleeding and he's throwing up his fist and he's saying
You
fight.
know what? I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this, and I hope all your lefty friends are watching when I say this. When Trump joked around and said he was gonna be a dictator from day one, look,
Mhm.
these lefties better take motherfucking cover. They better get their blankets that Obama gave the Ukrainians back in 2014. They confiscate them motherfuckers, bring them back. They're gonna
Mhm.
need some cover.
They
They're
will.
gonna need some serious cover for the heat that's coming.
Here is that uneducated. Here she is right here.
All right, yeah, send me that.
Never
one,
in
too.
all my life have I ever wished someone had better aim.
That's her. Now, I hope that you get a visit. I hope
Oh, I need
that you
that.
get a visit from somebody secret and serviceable. I hope you get that visit, and I hope they find you, and I hope they do everything in their power to put you behind bars. You tramp.
Hey,
We're gonna
Marlon,
have
can
to
you
start
send the
taking all that
video?
I need that video.
Can you send the video and the link to? I
In the
got the
chat.
link to her
In the
TikTok.
chat.
Just yeah,
So
send that
there's-
original.
So bring this up real quick, Marlon, from that I put up there. It's the videos, like the photos of Trump. And so like these two things are going to be the thing that sends him into the White House. These two right here. And here's the big thing: if you thought Donald Trump was already getting the black vote now before because of all the judicial stuff that you've been throwing at him, he just survived a hit. Right, and looks super gangster at it at the same time. Do you think that's not going to resonate with some people? Like that's the biggest thing they were worried about, that he looks too likable to certain populations. But now he definitely does. He's a Chad. He's a gangster. He's the OG, man. That's what they're going to be thinking. That's going to be looking at. And I'm talking about like low information guys. I'm not talking about like us.
This will be the new flag planting picture.
Yeah.
The new Iwo Jima.
Yeah.
Yep. New Iwo Jima. There you go.
What that will be. That'll end up being that. But again, I think it'll all be for naught. I know for a fact that these people will not just allow this.
They're not going to stop.
Take root. No, they can't.
Nope.
The only thing they have left to do, is to take him out. They can't. Okay, they tried once. It didn't work, and it will embolden him and the people that are going to vote for him. The only way to make this go away completely is to take care of him completely. And jail ain't going to do it because he can still run from there. He can't run from the grave, though.
Right.
This is exactly what I was talking about. Look, I just said this. I literally just said this.
They're already coming with the memes.
They're already doing it. I told you it was going to happen.
Now, mind you, 50 Cent is on his side, too. So you'll see 50 Cent saying, take it down. 50 Cent might actually make a collab with him and make a video. Just what?
Yeah, he's going to release his next rap album from jail.
He might show up at Trump's hospital and say, let's take a photo shot for my album cover.
Yeah. No, this is something different. Sorry. There you go.
So in the long run, this is my prediction. You can hear it here, and I'll make sure I say it at the end.
Oh, wait. No, this is
they
different.
are going to take a second shot at him, and they'll do it after they swap out the agents that they want in there. They'll put who they need, and they'll make sure that it happens in a more controlled environment.
Yep.
And it will be more succinct in its result.
Yep.
I am telling you now, it's just a matter of time. They cannot do anything else. They can't stop. No matter how much rigging they do, they won't be able to change what's going to happen if they have the election. They can only kill him or stop the election from happening totally. Either way, you're not going to have one because they're going to have a continuation of the current regime based on what has just happened.
Yep.
Oh, here you go. Here's a Trump statement coming from Truth. I want to thank the United States Secret Service and all the law enforcement for the rapid response on the shooting that just took place in Butler, Pennsylvania. Most importantly, I want to extend my condolences to the family of the person at the rally who was killed, and I also to the family of another person that was badly injured. It is incredible that such an act can take place in our country. Nothing is known at this time about the shooter, who is now dead. I was shot with a bullet that pierced the upper part of my right ear. I knew immediately that something was wrong. And when I heard the whizzing sound, man, that's how close it was. You can hear
you heard it. Yeah.
That snap. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Whizzing sound, shots, and I immediately felt the bullet ripping through my skin. Much bleeding took place. So I realized then that it was happening. God bless America.
He better prep for a second attempt, bro. I'm telling you now, Trump, prep for a
Can
second
you send that to
attempt.
the chat, Troy?
Yeah, I'll send it to you. But here's the difference between his statement and Biden's statement. He didn't even care who got killed in the rally. Remember?
Right.
Yeah, he said, "Oh, we don't know who."
I was like, we don't know who got hurt, but somebody did, I guess. Like
It's
he
like-
didn't even care. The president of the United States didn't care that one of his citizens were killed in an assassination attempt against a former president.
Yeah, I mean, but
Lack of empathy in that is insane.
But is that not on par for Democrats?
That is.
Oh,
on
yeah,
par.
it
Right.
absolutely
Even
is.
the people that we go back to 2020, we talk about all those people that died at the hands of political violence, and not a Democrat recognized any of them. They still only recognize George Floyd. That was it. All the rest of the people that got killed during the mayhem of summer of 2020 didn't get no recognition from any of the Democrats.
Do you remember when Scalise got shot, right? Steve
I remember
Scalise got
that.
shot? And you remember how much they downplayed that? Oh, it
Mhm.
wasn't that bad of a deal. He's arguing over something that didn't happen. They were very aloof as to the shooting that happened. They never denounced it either.
Yep.
The memes are already coming out. Somebody made a video of Trump with the song "Many Men" by 50 Cent. Just looking gangster. Like here, I won't play the audio, but I'll play.
That's a strike. That's a strike.
No, I'm not playing the audio. I just wanted to show him walking like a boss, like with it. So like it's to that song, and then him just like, yeah, I got this. Like the memes are already here. He's viewed as kind of a folk hero now.
Well, and they did it. They did, but that's why I say they can't afford to have him live.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not moving from my prediction about the erasure of 2024, but I'm going to add my prediction of him getting completely erased They have to. They have no other recourse. It is not even debatable. If they
Right.
want to continue doing what they've been doing, they will have to have him go. They've already
Yep.
implemented all they need to by making parents the victim, the bad guys when it comes to schools and how they do their kids. They've concreted that. They've already concreted this whole transition idea for the teens and for kids in law. That's already done. They've already told you up front that they want certain things to be a certain way when it comes to religion. That's already in place.
Yep.
If Trump were to win, that would undo a whole lot of work they did. They cannot
Yep.
because they're that close. They're that close to taking what they consider the full victory from the American population and making America no longer recognizable. They're that
Right.
close.
Yep.
So if he doesn't make it to 2024's election and there is none and he does end up dying, I'm saying it right now, there is no more America. Do not look for anything positive to come out of this. You're going to be vilified in every way, shape, form, or fashion. You will no longer be able to say what you think you ought to be able to say.
I don't know if you can show this one, Marlon. Remember the Kathy Griffin photo shoot?
Oh yeah, that might be a strike.
That will
definitely
definitely
be a
be one.
strike.
Well, I was going to bring it up, but like since we can't bring it up, I will say that. Remember, she held a beheaded Donald Trump mask with blood on it in
They've been
what
wanting
was it,
this.
2016? It was
Yep.
it was a long
No,
while
it's
ago. But these
2016.
people,
Yeah, it was 2017. No, it's
2017. But
He
these
already
people have
passed.
been wanting his death for a very long time.
Yep.
Very, very long time.
This is going to be an on. We'll keep you up to date. If keep an eye on the webpage, on our YouTube page. While we may not be going live, we will drop whatever video we have to update you on. One of us will have a video on there somehow. Whether it's a short or a short video, we'll update you as soon as we get some information. But we'll be back. More than likely, this will be our topic Monday. I have no doubt this will be our topic Monday.
Oh wait, I got one
didn't
more
think this would
photo.
happen, but
Yep,
this
no
is
doubt.
this is us.
So somebody may have caught the bullet whipping past his head.
That's some exquisite timing.
Oh
I know, right?
wow.
That's very hard.
That is
right there.
Yeah.
And that's right when he turned,
Yeah.
Yep.
and then the second shot, and that's what
Got
got
his
him.
ear. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Wow.
But don't worry, it's not a shooting, it's something else.
It's not an assassination attempt.
Yeah. It's just an incident.
Right.
A sad incident.
Yeah, yeah. Don't jump to conclusions and watch your body language.
How the fact that they can't call it an assassination attempt is surprising to me. What else would you call it? Well, it was an attempted murder.
Actually, I would be okay with that because it would be an attempted murder. You shot at somebody with the intent to kill them.
Yep.
Sorry,
But they can't even. They won't even say that. They won't even say it was a mass shooting. This is like, how else are you supposed to call it other than an attempted assassination? Somebody tried to kill Trump. He was obviously the target.
technically, it is a mass shooting because
Yeah, there are
FBI
people
said
that got
3 or
killed.
more.
Yep.
3 or
That's
more is a
true.
mass
Technically,
shooting.
it is a mass shooting.
By an Antifa member, a leftist. Remember that.
Right,
Leftists
Antifa.
do them all. They do them all.
Yep.
So we know who the violent ones are in America. It's not the right, it's the left. Always have been throughout history.
Insane people. And you know what the crazy part is? We already have two thumbs down for this post. That should tell me a whole lot.
Yep. To tell you everything you need to know. Yep.
I mean, you can thumbs down. It's a free country, but it's telling me a lot about the people that hear this. Again, this doesn't change my voting status. I just want people to understand that. I still have my same. Now, if he comes out saying this was too close to call and I have to change a whole lot, I would be happy. And I'd be happy to vote for him. However, this doesn't change my voting status, but it does tell me a whole lot about the left.
Right.
Here's your basic problem, lefties. When you were young, you were told that you're supposed to get everything, and there's a participation trophy for your whole life.
Right.
You can't take the no for what it is, which is why you can't figure out what a woman is, because you can't even give a woman's no a no because you don't know what a woman is. It explains why most of you rape people anyway, because you can't get no skin. So I can understand that you have a split in your brain. Okay, I get it. However, but it's telling me something about you more than you think it is. It's telling me that your off switch is no longer there. And if you cannot stand losing, you have to find a way to make everybody feel as miserable as you do.
Yep.
You have to have everybody join your circle of a spiraling life going downhill. Why do you think you have such a high rejection rate in life when you decide to transition your kids? You love death. Your whole thing is death.
SavagePatriots@gmail.com.
Your whole thing is death. All you do is deal in death. That's your entire platform. Everything about the Democrats and everything about the left is death. You wanted slaves dead. You kill just about everybody that you don't like. You're the leading cause of mass shooting in this country, not people on the right. You are. I don't care what color you come in. You're the lead killer of everybody. The biggest killer in the world was left-leaning.
Yep.
FYI.
All of them. Yep.
Okay.
All of them.
The biggest one is left-leaning
throughout history. And we,
So don't
we
hand
talked
me your
about
paper
earlier.
back. We're the bad guys. You're the real evil ones here. I just want to make that abundantly clear. You guys have nothing to offer. I don't want peace with you. I don't want to make no deals with you. I don't want to associate with you. I don't want to breathe the same air as you. You have nothing, literally nothing. You're the most worthless human beings on earth, scum of the earth, gum on the bottom of my shoe, shit in a trough. You are the worst humans. I can understand why hell was created.
Oh,
yep.
I just watching your life, it makes me understand fully why hell is there. And you are needing to get a one-way ticket right now, straight to it, purposefully.
Yep.
That's how evil you are.
And here's what I have to say about conservatives that constantly want to debate these freaking monkeys. Stop debating the left. There's nothing, you're not going to change their mind. They're not going to change your mind. You're just sitting up on the camera yelling at each other over things we cannot control. Focus on fixing this country. Who cares what the left wants? You know they're a lost cause.
Anyway.
So stop wasting your time debating these fools because you're not getting anything out of it unless you're just doing it for clout. You're a clout chasing conservative. But if you're not, stop replying to them, block them, stop debating them. Don't let opposition into your chats and just keep it conservative and spread the right message.
Echo chamber is fine from now on.
Yep. Keep it echo chamber. We don't care what they have to say.
If people don't believe this changes everything, you're wrong.
No, it does.
Oh, this changes the whole game, bro.
Yeah, this changes everything. This is on par with COVID. Once this happened, there's no going back. This is one of those turning events in history, right? There's always a pivot point in history where something changes. This is one of them. We've just watched a pivot point in history where it's a canon event. If you really want to go nerd with it, this is a canon event. It doesn't change no matter what you do. This had to have happened, and it was going to happen eventually.
Yep.
Yep. And
So
you
what
got to
happens from here is-
understand, you know, it is a pivotal point because you got to imagine how many people actually support the man. It's a lot more than what the media is telling us. Yeah, and it's not just Americans that support him. There's people across the world that are watching this, and they're saying in America, this happened to one of the most popular candidates to ever run for president, besides maybe John F. Kennedy, and they tried to take him out for what? Because they're losing. So there's millions and millions of Americans that saw this, and this changes everything.
Yeah.
So just stop talking to these leftists. Let them sit in their little hell where they want to live. Let them be miserable by themselves. There's no need to explain your point to them anymore because they're not going to change your mind. And who cares what they? Because at the end of the day, when Trump wins, they're going to be forgotten about.
Yep. The optics alone from this event look super bad for them because it doesn't matter what happened on January 6th now. None of that matters. None of it matters.
Pales.
Don't even talk about it.
Because now you have somebody who tried to take out the former president. It doesn't matter what happened on January 6th. You can say he's a dictator all day long. They'll just say you're inciting violence and you just almost got a president killed.
Yep.
Right. And we have all the receipts on video in 4K. In 4K, we got all of you. You can't dodge it now. You can't dodge it.
So,
is
like I
what it
said, if I was a Democratic strategist, the first thing I would be doing is trying to convince the Biden team to issue pardons, not only for January 6th, but also for Biden, because that is the only way you turn down the temperature to the point that you don't look like you're an evil person. The optics of this, of him almost getting killed, is so bad. It didn't matter what happened at the presser in NATO. It tanked his campaign already. This just solidified that campaign dying. Biden doesn't win, period, with Trump getting shot. Doesn't matter who they put in there. Trump's going to win.
Yep.
It's an interesting situation. We'll be back on Monday for sure to tackle this because this is one of those things that is not going to go away. But I think it will eventually go away from the public light. You might hear one or two more updates, and the only people that might push it might be Fox, but you'll definitely not hear any updates on CNN, MSNBC, CBC, none of them. You won't hear anything from them because they don't want to know. If anything, you're going to hear them harp on the fact that he might have brought this upon himself with his rhetoric.
Yeah,
They'll just turn it on him. Yeah, for sure.
Just
Hey,
watch.
Marlon,
They'll flip
I'm
it.
gonna send something to you real quick. Hang on. You don't have to show it, but it's
and
pretty.
this is go ahead.
This
I
is
got it,
pretty.
go ahead.
This is pretty interesting. If I can save it. All right, there it is. No, because it was sent in the email.
Yeah, like that's so true. Like the whole familiarity with Donald Trump and saying Donald, I'm gonna call Donald. Like you've been best friends your entire life, dude.
Yeah,
it's so shallow and hollow. It doesn't even matter.
Disingenuous.
Yeah, it is. Pretty interesting what I just read.
Oh, yeah.
What you have to read is the very top.
Yep. Machine guns and semi-automatic firearms are banned in Pennsylvania.
Mm-hmm.
Wonder how he got there. Did he travel state lines, or if he's even a foreigner? Remember, they're claiming this guy's an Italian Antifa, that person that we showed earlier. Did he come over legally? Did he come over illegally? Did he get a weapon illegally?
Here we go.
Mm.
Pennsylvania's assault weapon restrictions, machine guns, and semi-automatic firearms are banned in Pennsylvania. Of course, we don't know whether it was semi or not in his hand.
Yeah,
it sure sounded like he. It could be, but
It
again,
sounded
it could be a really good
semi-automatic,
finger. He could have really fast finger. He might have played, Super Mario or Tetris when he was younger. Some states have restriction bans or require owners to register firearms they consider, whoever wrote this is retarded, to be assault weapons. The definitions of an assault weapon varies widely from state to state. These definitions can include whether the gun is fully automatic or the magazine size it carries and others.
Because gun control works, right, people?
Yes, it does.
Yeah,
it works every time. Every time.
The key is, Corey, you're right, because if they're banned over there, how did they get? How did they get them? So having a gun ban
with a rifle,
having a gun ban in America, it just proved right here that state bans those type of weapons, and it didn't stop anything. So it's the individual. It's nothing to do with the gun.
What do you expect? It's not
if you want
news. It's not.
If you want up-to-date information, you have to be on X and you have to be on TikTok. That's the only way you're going to get.
Would have been breaking
by the
news
minute.
if he died.
Yeah.
Right.
If it succeeded, it would have been. They had no problem calling it a shooting, an assassination. They would have, in fact, they would have empathy all over the place because now he's out the way. Watch. I'm saying it again. It'll happen again. They'll attempt it a second time. They'll succeed. And then they'll say, oh, it's such a sad situation. We're feeling such remorse for what happened. And we can only do is move on as a country and do and be better.
Yep.
No.
And since there's
It's
no
crazy,
nominee
man.
for that side, we're just going to have to continue one more year like we did that one time in history where the president serves another term without election.
Yep. And Retro just said Fox News said it was an AR-15. You know, the thing with Fox News is part of the deep state. So they're in on it. They're part of it. So if they're saying it, there's plans for them when it comes to AR-15s, because Joe Biden just said a couple of days ago or today in a tweet that he wanted to get rid of assault weapons. So all this is planned, man. It's their way of getting rid of weapons. They have bigger plans for them.
And try to convince the right, the political right in the United States to maybe we should reevaluate guns. And I'm like, you're an idiot to really think that's going to really happen.
No,
right?
if anything, they'll say, no, we need
to. Right? Freedom's not free. It comes with a cost, right? And if you play around and find out, you're going to find out how deep that grave is.
Because I ain't giving mine up. I ain't giving them up.
We need more.
I'm just saying this.
That's what the right should say. That we need more.
I'm saying this. Okay. There's going to come a time because they're already prepping their play. You see, we're watching this based on law. Some of us are watching this based on precedent from courts, and we're watching it based on what the president can and can't do. You're not watching this based on what they can do without you knowing.
Right.
It was illegal to kill JFK. They still did it.
Yep.
I want y'all to understand that it was illegal to kill 3,000 plus souls on 9/11. They still did it.
Yep.
Yeah.
I want you to understand what the premise here is. It might be illegal on the books because you're watching the books, but when they don't operate on the books, they can do whatever they want.
It was illegal to lie to the American people to convince them to go to war with a country we shouldn't have.
Good.
That
But
led
they
to
did
the
it.
deaths of hundreds of thousands. No big deal.
They did it.
No problem.
So don't tell me that it's well, they're this and that they can. No, trust me. They will love to put all this to the front while they're working their stuff in the back. We thought, okay, in a situation like this, you would never thought that the Secret Service could miss that. It wasn't missed. It wasn't missed. And I'm saying right now, they'll swap out who they need to swap out to make sure this actually goes through fully the next time.
Yep.
I'm not even giving it a month. Not even a
Biden
month.
gives a pardon to Trump. He gives a pardon to his son, and he resigns. That's the likelihood scenario that could happen.
And there's nothing we can do about it. You know what we can do about it? If we had the balls, was to do exactly what people in these third world countries do to their governments, but we don't have the balls to do that.
Nope.
Mind you, it's in your rights. It's in your constitutional rights. It's in your Declaration of Independence rights to do exactly what is needing to be done. I want this to be said. And FBI, if you listen to me, I don't give two damns if you're listening. I have the constitutional right to say what I'm about to say. What is happening right now gives every bit of credence to every militia group out there to do what is needed. It's not even remotely a question of whether or not it's allowed by either the Constitution, the Declaration of Independence, or by law. 1,000,000,000% allowable. Allowable. So that when they come to tell you that you can't, and you're going against the United States, you're actually doing exactly what the United States was built around.
Yep.
I am not going to dog a single soul that decides to act. I won't. I will never dog you. You know why? Because it's within your rights when you see tyranny in front of you to act accordingly. The problem is we won't. That's the problem is we won't, because we're afraid that we will be branded a certain thing that we're already branded.
Or people are not afraid. People are afraid to water the tree of liberty.
Yeah, they are. Note to self. This is the time. We've been talking a whole lot about if this happens, we might, and if this happens. And every time they do exactly what we say, if it happens, it will. They took your liberties away in 2020. They caused you to lose work, lose livelihoods, lose lives, lose family members, lose connections in 2021. Then they criminalized you just because you wanted to keep your children away from this gender affirming bullshit, right? That's what they did.
That's right.
They have been pushing you to the edge ever since this fool got in power. They call Joe Biden, that moronic rapist Joe Biden, the one that murdered his first family. I'm going to keep saying it, and raped his own daughter. That fool, they're fine with having in power, right? They were fine with having Hillary Clinton take power. That crack addict child rapist herself. That those two, they love the pedophilia.
Yep.
They have put it in your face over and over and over again that you can't do anything about it by telling you it's against your law, when it's completely within the confines of what you are allowed to do as an American citizen.
That's right.
Do not let them lie to you no more. If you say you're going to do it, if you're one of those that say you're about that, then be about it. Be about it. Legally, you are allowed to do it at this point. You know why? Because they've now taken that next step that no one thought they would take. This is a coup. In case people are wondering what this is, it is a coup by an in-power person right now to maintain power. They were talking about Donald being the dictator. Biden's actually the dictator.
Sure is.
Act accordingly. I don't care what you do. I really don't. Just understand that the Constitution and the Declaration of Independence has your back.
Every time.
That's all I got to tell you. You act accordingly. And FBI, whatever you're listening to, if you're going to call me out for something, go after Harry Sisson too. Get them first. Since theirs was first, I want to see you arrest them. And when you do that, then you can come talk to me.
Great.
They have
If
been
you don't act
causing
on
actual
them,
violence.
if you don't call, if you don't act on them, screw you and all your so-called laws. Screw you.
That part.
You tried before.
They still have yet to go after the people that caused an actual armed insurrection in the United States.
Thank you.
Right.
Yeah. So I want to point that out there. That people are like getting upset with Marlon, and what he's saying is like, remember in 2020, the left actually caused an armed insurrection that took over city blocks and held the territory with armed militia members. I just want to point that out. They already did it.
Yep. They already did it. You're exactly right.
Look, people, if you say you're one of those people that wanted to be left alone, and that's all you wanted was to be left alone, I hope you understand what the next coming months are going to mean for you. You're no longer going to be left alone.
Yep.
Hey, and after that, whatever you deem necessary to do, understand You are within your rights to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They lie to you and tell you that you can't, but that's not true. Get up to date on all the laws that protect you and act accordingly.
Yep.
See what we do, at least for me. If it comes to my door, I have a different attitude about you coming to my door. But I execute my First Amendment right to the nth degree. And I will make sure I massacre that right before you take me out. I will say
That's
what I
right.
have to say.
Yep.
I may not be the most efficient in my Second Amendment rights, but I know people who are. And if you're one of them, you have that right. Government can't stop you. Just understand that. Please understand that. They've been using against us for how long now? And we've been sitting down on our behind, just sitting there, and take. That's all we do is take.
Yep.
Right? It's enough. Enough of the taking. Enough. At some point, we got to take that approach that the Lion did with what's his name? That's in that movie.
Lion King?
No. Christopher Walken. The lion sitting there and people keep picking at him, and sometimes the lion just got to get down and tear the shit out of everybody, just because sometimes you got to get up and tell everybody who he is. That's us right now.
Yeah.
They keep picking at you, biting your heel, and the hyenas come laughing at you, and that's most of the left retarded people laughing at like a hyenas. At some point, you just got to get up and tell them who the lion is. Claws bared, teeth, everything, and just slash the living crap out of them. No problem with doing that. They picked first. They want to see how the fight goes. Let them see how the fight goes.
Yep.
I think this,
how the fight goes.
Like I said, this is one of those crossroads of history, and it changes. Everything changes from now on. Like what people think, what they decide to do. It's gonna get rough. Protect yourself, protect your family.
Yeah,
that's all I can say.
We're at a fork, and it's only two routes: the end of America, or at least the extension for now.
Yeah.
And
you could look at this being the end, like honestly, like the beginning of the end. Like it's not unprecedented, but it has been in modern history. Yeah,
it's uncharted for us. It's uncharted.
It's always been the plan to end America. This has been talked about for centuries. Years. It's been talked about. Decades. The ending of America. They've always wanted to get rid of America, but you know what? At the end of the tunnel, there's light. And if we just stay focused and stick to the Constitution and fight for our rights instead of laying down and taking it, they can't do anything. This is why I always talk about being defiant. If it's not constitutional, I'm not following it. Period. The more defiant you are, the harder it is for them to push their agenda. But most Americans just toe the line. Yes, boss. We gonna do is what you want us to do. We gonna wear as a mask. We gonna do whatever you want us to do to keep us safe, boss. They're not here to keep you safe. They can care less about you. It's all about money and power with them.
I want to say this real quick, and I know y'all got to go. I'm gonna bring some historical context into this, right?
Mm-hmm.
This moment today is our Christopher Sider moment. Those of you that don't know who Christopher Sider is, he was the 11-year-old child that was killed by the English customs agent that started the Revolutionary War, that started the Boston Five, that stood up, right? That started the Revolutionary War. This is our Christopher Sider moment. What are we going to do with it? What are we going to do with it?
Mm-hmm.
Because the other, the loyalists to the government, they're going to keep coming the same way the king kept coming for us. And we fought off the king, didn't we? We sunk his ships out at sea. All that. This is our time.
Mm-hmm.
This is our time.
Yep.
How do we handle it?
Choose, y'all. Choose.
The revolution will not be televised.
You'll be in it. We're going to be back on Monday to discuss what they've discussed after this point. Hear what anything updated names, if they drop the name of the shooter.
Manifesto.
I'll probably put a manifesto where he got tired of Trump and he thought Agenda 2025 was too far, so he had to take Trump out.
Yeah.
Hey, put that down as a prediction too. That's his manifesto. The instant I was a Trump supporter, but when I heard he adopted Agenda 2025, that was a bridge too far, and I had to take him out.
Yep.
Right.
I think, and for the record, 2025 ain't going far enough. There, I said it. I hope
I
it goes.
agree.
I hope it goes further. I
I
hope it
agree.
goes further to the eradication of every department that the government has instituted since the invention of this country. I hope they get rid of all of them, all the
Same
three-letter
here.
ones,
Yeah.
every last one of y'all, because you're all worthless. I hope every last one of you lose your jobs and you go bankrupt. Every last one of you, from the peons to the top, because I don't give a damn about you no more. Because you don't give a damn about me. I hope you all get eradicated from the department of every part of the government. Just wash it from the bottom all the way out. Flush that rat ship out. Be done.
Mm-hmm.
So 2025 ain't far enough. There, I
Yep.
said it.
No, I
Take
agree.
that to the bank.
I agree 100%.
Take that to the bank. In any case, we'll be back on Monday for sure, and we'll be covering this
Yep.
again. Might possibly go on the whole week. I highly doubt it, but definitely be back on Monday.
It's gonna be
Any other
interesting.
last words, people?
I already said what I said.
No, I said what I said. I appreciate y'all.
Again, protect your family, man. And there are people in
Yeah.
charge, and those who know. Don't worry. Don't worry. Things are working out the way they're supposed to work out. And if you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
I'm not
for
going to
real.
say it on here to get demonetized, but those that know,
It's
I'm
coming.
just saying. Yep.
So we'll catch you guys on Monday. I'll see you guys tomorrow on Straight Talk. And we'll have a good conversation come Monday on Savage Patriots. We love you guys. Like, share, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you guys on Monday. Peace.
Peace and love.
War.